Good evening. Good evening, you guys, or good morning, or good afternoon. I think it's morning for most of you if y'all live in the US, but I know a lot of you are up and you live abroad. So I always say good morning. So I was like, good evening for y'all who are early, well, up, late, I guess. Anyway, hi, y'all. I changed the position of where I'm sitting. I'm still in the same room, my office, and so I thought y'all would have a different background look since you guys, you know, probably tired of seeing the same old thing in the back. I just changed the angle. How are y'all? That's my bookshelf behind me, my desk, my chair, my little reading nook area where I sit and read. And I have another bookshelf over here and a little cabinet of knickknacks over there. So I am in my office. How are y'all? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh my gosh. Be a theist, Baytheist. You said that you manifested your dream car. Congratulations. So we're going to be talking about spell work, manifesting, and more. So I know a lot of you guys are more into manifesting. Some of you guys still do spells. I still have everything I need to do both. So sometimes I like the spell aspect of something, and sometimes I like the manifestation aspect of something. And if you combine them together, it's even more powerful. Okay. So if you're the type of person to carry crystals, stones, wear oils and things to attract or to help aid in your spell work, as well as someone who manifests or writes manifestation journals or do vision boards or whatever, keep them both because they're both working in your favor. And that's how I kind of do what I do is I manifest and I like spell work depending on what the spell work is for. I only do personal spell work for things like better business, prosperity, abundance, and things like that. Maybe like more, love or peace or things like that, to where everything is balanced. But for other stuff, I tend not to do a lot of spell work for because I feel like manifesting and thinking positive is the best way to handle those type of situations. So when I used to do spell work for clients, I would get a lot of people wanting revenge spells, hexes on people and all this stuff that, people that wrong them or, protection spells, like, and all that kind of stuff, court case spells and things like this. And I feel that a lot of people who do those type of spell works, or want those type of spell works, can usually manifest their way to the situation that they want or change their perspective and mindset to focus on something better. And that's part of the reason why I stopped doing spell work for clients, because their minds and their mindset was not in the correct alignment or place that it should be. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh-oh. Shalvit, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for being a member. I appreciate you. So, if I have done spell work for you in the past, and I hope that everything worked out for you. But like a lot of people are writing me and asking me to do spell work, and I don't do spell work for clients anymore because I feel like in this day and age, we should be doing our own manifesting and our own spell work if we want it to really work. Okay. And because our vibration and our frequency is what makes the spell work or the manifestation work. So if you're very unsure of the spell work that you're doing or the manifestation that you're trying to manifest, it's not going to work quickly or as you wanted it to because you're unsure. And so a lot of people who go to people for spell work, a lot of the times they're very unsure of themselves and how they feel. That's why instead of doing the spell work themselves, they get someone else to do it. And a lot of times when that spell work or that manifestation, comes true, the person regrets it and they don't want what comes with the feelings that come with having the spell work, you know. So that's why I don't do spell work for a lot of clients anymore, because so many people have come back and said, "Can you reverse it? Can you reverse it? Can you reverse it?" And I'm like, "I'm not reversing nothing. Do I look? You asked for it. Either be sure or be out." And so I was tired of that, and so I just stopped because it was getting on my nerve. It's kind of like ordering something and then someone's, or when people shop at Walmart and they buy something and then they keep taking it back, and they go and take it back the next day, and then they buy something else and they go and take it back the next day. Be sure of what you want, and you're going to be able to get it on your own. And so that's why I feel like if each person were to do their own spell work or use manifestation, they're going to get whatever it is that they're vibrating and feeling at the time. That's why I don't do it anymore. So I do, however, do my own spell work and my own manifesting for, small little things that I, find that might need a little extra, attention. And so I do that for me and only me. And I do have lots of videos on this on the playlist section of my channel page. And there's a playlist called Spells if anyone is interested in learning how to do specific spells like money spells and love spells and all those kind of things. All that is there still on the channel. Okay. So, I've been reading a lot. I've been um, just chilling and just having a good old time. And I wanted to also thank someone who sent me this really nice gift that was on my Amazon wish list. It's this like cute little old school like lantern, but you plug it into your wall and it's like a little lamp, a plug-in lamp. So thank you so much. She's a Patreon member as well. And so thank you so much. I'm going to put this in here because it has the same vibe. And it has like a little, isn't this cute? This is on Amazon. And this is real glass too. So it's kind of cool. And it's going to look like a real flame when it lights up because it has like this little flicker wiggly thing in there. So that's kind of cool. And she also sent me this really nice clip for like when you want to clip a book open, or like if you're journaling, you can clip the pages open so it doesn't keep folding over. So thank you. I really appreciate that. I will definitely be using both of those items. And if you're here, say hi. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know if they want me to say their name, so I'll just say their initial. M, Miss M. Thank you, Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes, isn't it cute? So sweet and thoughtful. And as you all know, my book, How to Manifest with Magic and Dark Cosmic Energy, also has spells in it. There's a few spells, not a lot, but a few, some good spells that most people can use, like money spells, attraction spells. So this book has pretty much everything in it, more of the manifesting and then the spells and then the science. So you're going to get a good mix of science, magic, spells, manifesting, and all that in this book. If you've already ordered it, thank you so much. Y'all get this book if y'all don't have it. It's a must read. It is on Amazon, and so I would appreciate if you'd order it and make sure to leave a good review if you like the book, that is. um, I like the reviews because I read all of them. So thank you, sprinkle sprinkle. But I just linked the book there. Okay. Um, And a lot of people write spells, like, and a lot of people write spells and um, use rhymes or things like that. I'm more of the quote unquote, when I do a spell, I write exactly what I want or what is going to happen. So, but I think a lot of people did the rhyme aspect of spell work because it's easier to remember. And a lot of times, like back in the old days, women weren't able to read and write very well, or so they'd have to memorize stuff. And so that's probably why a lot of spells, like older spells, are in rhyme. But I think it's kind of nice when it rhymes. But I like writing exactly what I need to write to be super specific, and so that's why I do it that way. Um, thank you. I'm drinking my coffee. It's in this Yeti mug because it keeps it hot, and I had to do a lot of rearranging when I came up here, so I didn't want my coffee to get cold. Um, Oh, and I also wanted to show you guys a couple more books. Okay, so The Witch's Seasoning. This is Sasha's book. She wrote this book. She's my daughter. She wrote this book when she was 13. She's just turned 14. So it's her first novel. And I think you guys would love this book. It's very witty. If you want to support a young author, I'm going to link her book as well. It's called The Witch's Seasoning. It's young adult to adult for reading. Um, so make sure um, it's not like a young children's book. It's more of a young adult, teenage to adult book. And yeah, I know she's only 13, but that's her level of the story that she wrote. Okay. So it's called The Witch's Seasoning. This is also on Amazon. And it has large print. So easy, very easy to read. Okay. Thank you. And Layla just came out with her new book, which is my oldest daughter. She's 15. And the funny thing is, Sasha inspired her to publish her own book as well. And so sometimes younger people are inspirational. And so this is a very nice poetry book by my daughter, Layla. And these poems were so deep. I was impressed. I didn't think she had this in her. I couldn't write this if I tried. This child has so much talent. She wouldn't let me read any of these poems until I bought the book. So she's also a good businesswoman. And she's so happy. She's so grateful and thankful and loving. She gives all these great acknowledgments in the back. And I'm like, this child, she has so much. And it's kind of like hidden within. And then when you read her book, it just all comes out. And some of it's good, some of it's, teenage angst, some of it's, the teenage, feeling when you're first entering into the world and how it greets you. And a lot of things that people go through that are struggling with, um, becoming into their own. So it's almost like, even if um, it's like a lot of uncertainty about yourself, a lot of curiosity about the world, a lot of, unknowing because she's so young. And so I think this book is so great for anyone who feels um, as if they're going through a change. So very good. It's called Escape from Reality by LNS. She uses her initials. And it is on Amazon. And let me link it for you guys again. Because, or if I hadn't linked it yet, let me go ahead and link it. Um, and when I read this, I was like, um, so like shocked and in awe that she could write this good. I was like, dang, I feel like all the talent went somewhere else to her and Sasha. That's good. With all my, your kids are supposed to be better than you. So wonderful. I'm so proud of them. Okay. So y'all get a book. And also, I think these books are really good inspiration for young, if you have children or like, young teenagers, inspire them to do something. You can hand them that book and say, hey, this is written by a 13-year-old. This is written by a 15-year-old. You can do whatever you want. Okay. So if you have Amazon Prime, because the books are on Amazon, sprinkle, sprinkle. Unless you got a coupon for Amazon, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so someone asks about mirror magic. I think mirror magic is very mental. Like if you really think about what mirror magic is, you're looking at yourself or the reflection of whatever you're doing from a different perspective that's not yours but is yours. So I think it gains you more perspective to maybe something that you're not seeing, something opposite of you. I think mirror magic gives you more perspective of what's opposite of you and kind of reflects the same energy. So anything that's against you or opposite of you is going to bring you a lot more of what you're putting out there. So put out good things, put out abundance, put out energy, put out love, put out whatever it is that you want in return. And also, if you don't want something in return, perhaps you can just put out what it is you want to know more about, something that you're seeking answers to, so that you can see from a different perspective. So it's all about what it is and the attentions and the energies that you're putting there. Um, can I talk about Starbucks logo, please? And can brands be useful in manifesting? I think Starbucks logo is really good for attracting love and money. um, definitely. Coffee is a stimulant. Then you have the goddess on there, and she has like this fishtail, and it's literally split, so like her legs are kind of open, and it's on the water, so it's giving fertility, it's giving stimulation, it's giving you know green, which is abundance and caring and healing and all that kind of stuff. So I think Starbucks is a really interesting logo as far as all that's concerned. You said you're afraid sometimes, you don't know why. um I mean, I feel like a lot of people are afraid of the unknown. So perhaps whatever it is that you don't know what you're afraid of, maybe ask it to be revealed and then learn more about it. Okay. Uh-huh. What do stars have to do with coffee lattes? Starbuck. Mhm. That can be interpreted in so many different ways. So, um, because Starbuck is one name, it's probably someone's last name. Okay. And the goddess, maybe the stars are part of her, motif. There are a lot of goddesses that are connected to the stars and the heavens, as well as the ocean and the sea. Um, you're looking to purchase more elixirs. This platinum provides similar benefits as phase two. Yes, Fox Sprinkle Sprinkle, definitely it does, and I would definitely use it for that very reason. The Elixir link is at the very top of the very top of the chat. If you like to get some, they're right there. I can also link it again. And y'all, my elixirs are um, really good. I've been on my elixirs lately because I have started retaking them. And oh no, okay. I was trying to get the link, but it got delete by accident. But yes, the elixirs phase 2 is the one that I'm on right now. So yes, sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, I'm gonna link that to you guys here. So this is my elixirs. It's on Etsy. They only ship in the US for now because they are liquids, and customs is always giving people trouble when they ship liquids. And it takes too long to get anywhere overseas. So basically, only the US. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Um, Phase 2 gives you lots of energy and creative energy, and it also helps you think faster and, do more, like accomplish more, want to create the positive changes that are necessary. And it also increases your awareness, I believe. Thank you. You said, what do I eat? I just ate some granola bars and I'm drinking blueberry flavored coffee. But I'm plant based, so that might help, I guess. Hmm. You swear she is like my only friend? Oh, thank you, B. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you want to create a logo for the company you're developing and trying to think of what would be energetic match for me. Um, Honestly, something I would say if you want a logo, it should attract money if it's a business. Okay. Well, anything that attracts money. Words are very powerful as well. So whatever you name your business is also going to have an impact on it. Because when people say the name of your business, they're going to be saying the name more than they're going to be saying the logo or looking at the logo. So unless, they don't really talk about it and it's more something that they see online. Hmm. You say you would love to see what I eat today. You would not be impressed. It's just the same stuff y'all eat, but vegan versions or plant-based versions, or I try to stick to um, you know, the healthier foods, but sometimes I don't. But I don't eat like meat, so. Hmm. Please talk about the connection between plant-based and magic. Um, there's no connection. I just feel like I think a lot of people who eat meat, their energy has to go into digesting that, and it takes more energy to digest meat. So if you have extra energy because you don't have to digest meat, that energy can be used to do more and push yourself and your vibration out there more. So that would be my only connection. And you're also able to, rid your body of toxins faster. And so your energy field is more, able to vibrate on a higher frequency. That's just what I feel. You're not as tired, you have more energy. And yeah, yeah. And I'm not pushing veganism on people. Everybody do what you want. I'm just saying that's what I did. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm not prejudiced against meat eaters if, so I don't discriminate. Hmm. Can you talk about the ease of being able to transmute your rationalities at any time? No fears, doubts, and guilt about feeling guilty or not feeling guilty is a paradox. It is a choice. If you feel like you're going to feel guilty about something, it's and you can't rationalize the guilt away, then I don't recommend doing it. But if you know how to rationalize the guilt away, for example, like a lot of movies are doing this now. Like they're taking the perspective of the villain and they're showing you why they're the villain and why things happen the way they did or why the villain chooses to do certain things. And so, in a lot of modern movies, they're taking, the villain and making them the hero by showing you their past and what things happened to them and why they are the way they are and how it could be justified if you were that person. So I feel like um, when you're only looking at someone's actions and you don't know what's behind those actions, it's very easy to judge versus, having to walk in those person's shoes. What would you do different? Would you do the same thing? So, and then you can also look at doing something that makes you feel, or that what make most people feel guilty, and rationalize it as I'm not most people. You know what I'm saying? So, some people are more programmed or taught society's morals when other people may create their own types of morals. And so it all depends on you as an individual, how you're going to feel after doing whatever it is you're trying to do and justify and transmute. So definitely. Um, can you can I tell you how to protect your energy bubble from external negative forces? Um, well, external negative forces have to be invited. So if you don't invite them, you're good. You know what I'm saying? If you allow negative thoughts and people and situations to bother you or to impact whatever it is you're doing, it has to first be invited. So if you're not inviting it, it can't bother you. If people are sending you negative energy and you don't really value their opinion or care about them or think about them or anything like that, then it can't really impact you because you're vibrating too high. So it's not going to be able to impact you because you're vibrating too high. You're over them, you're above them, literally energetically. So whatever they're sending to you, it won't even make it. And if the only, like, your mind is very powerful. If you think it's going to make it, if you think bad things are happening because of a certain person or bad energies being sent, that's what you are literally sending out. That's what you're literally manifesting. So the first thing you have to do is stop thinking about that. Stop thinking about negative energy being sent to you, unless that's what you want. Because I don't think about it. I think about money being sent to me, baby. And guess what? Money. Replace negative energy with money being sent to you. Whenever you think you feel like, oh, I'm scared of people sending negative energy, like you be like, oh, money being sent to me. People are sending me money, my cash app, whatever. Stop thinking negative and think positive. That's how you transmute. Look, I'm getting ready to put my cash app right here so y'all can get the clue and the hint. Um, if you can, and you can include spell work with this thought process, light some green candles around your house to bring in that, abundant energy. Get you some money oil, put it on, get you some basil or I have lipstick right there. Replace the negative with what you want. Okay. Whenever, like, put a money bowl next to your door when you walk in. When every time you walk in, you walk out, you're passing money, you bring in money, period. That's why in a lot of cultures, they put a money tree by the door. So, you know, money's coming in. So a lot of times you got to replace that negativity with what you want instead. Take something that you don't want and make it into what you do want, and life will change for the better. Okay, because that's what I do. Like, you can keep that negative energy, but you can send me some money. How you doing? And for those of you who are like very unsure and you don't have anyone to talk to and you just want answers, but you don't trust yourself, or you want to talk to the universe, the best tool that you can literally use It's like either a pendulum, if you know how to use a pendulum, or like some oracle cards, some simple oracle cards that will help you, with answering some of your questions to yourself or to the universe or whatever. And I just got these the other day. These are some really pretty rose Oracle of the Roses by Sherilyn Darcy. And they're so pretty. They're just like very beautiful drawings of like paintings of vintage roses. And I haven't bought a set of cards in quite a while. And so I saw these and I had to have them in the back. It's just red with like roses. It's really pretty. And I love the side. They're like reflective and it's like hot red pink. It's really pretty. And so all the different types of roses. So you can also learn types of roses while you're doing your oracle. And it comes with a little book, of course, to tell you what each card means or just the message on there. It's a one-word message. It could be, self-explanatory. Or if you want deeper meaning, just look up the meanings. So another way to kind of divine with yourself is literally, oracle cards or a pendulum. I'll try to find a link for these and put it up later, but I'm pretty sure you can get them on Amazon, Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said your husband is Christian and he flipped when he found out you're using candles for your prayers. What do we use them for? Because I couldn't give him. Girl, say you Catholic. They be burning candles more than witches. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm Catholic. I burn candles. AK, I do witchcraft because I'm Catholic. Girl, Catholics be burning more candles than everybody. Say I grew up Catholic. Get you some little rosary beads, throw them over there. You good. They do candles and incense, exactly. Fake being a Catholic, and you'll be fine. Make sure you got to get the tall candles though, like in the glass jar, because that's what Catholics use. Okay. You like those cards? I also got these really cute cat tarot cards. Aren't these cute for the cat lovers? Okay. Comes with a little book as well. Aren't these so darling? And I love the inside of this with all the little symbols. And it's also what's on the back of the cards as well. So there's all sorts of cats. And instead of cups, well, they're still cups. They have bowls. Cat bowls. And things like that. So, the Magician, look. Mm-hmm. So if you like cats, these cards are cute. Very cute. Look, the tower is like a cat like climbing thingy. The star is like a cat getting ready to spill some water on on the table. I do what I want. And then we have the sun, the fat cat in the field soaking up the rays and just being happy. So these are really cute. And, it takes a lot of the stigma and the fear away from tarot reading. If you like, a lot of people get tarot cards or they get their tarot cards read, and a lot of the symbolism in the traditional tarot may like invoke fear in a lot of people or like danger, but the cats, like something cute like that, make it less, scary, I guess. Yes. You never seen this background? I just turned the angle. I'm in the same room, like as when you see the little cabinet in the back of the shelf. This is my office, where I film and where I keep all my books, and it's kind of like my cozy reading nook area where I have my altars and my books and candles and all that kind of stuff. So this is my upstairs office. I have mhm. And this is where I do all my, if I do spell work or something like that. This is where I would do it in the past, if you've seen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You like, yeah, it's my cat. Um, I got that at Build-A-Bear. Let me see if I can go get it. Okay, y'all don't laugh when I get up. I got on this outfit. I'm looking at my booty. All right. It's like a pantsuit. So this is my cat from Build-A-Bear. It has on a bat costume, but it's really a cat. Um, when you get a Build-A-Bear, you can get it scented as well. And I had it smelling like pumpkin cupcake. Okay, I don't know if it's probably worn off, but then you can also get it to sing a song. Do y'all know what song it sang? Who can guess what song it sings? Who's been here the longest? They only had a selection. They didn't have every song. We had, it was like Halloween themed stuff. Hmm, no, they didn't have MJ in there. Couldn't pick MJ, but they didn't have an MJ selection, so I had to pick something. Okay, I'll play it. Ghostbusters. It plays Ghostbusters. So it still lasts after all these years. It's pretty old. I'm trying to like talk over it so it doesn't get copyright. No. So like the kids wanted one, and so I was like, I should build one too, just to be a big kid with them. So I built one too. um, but that was years ago, and I just keep them in here. You said you'll have a cat stuffed animal because you have allergies. Okay. They have hairless cats. If you got allergies, a lot of people that have allergies get hairless cats. They're like, they look like they don't have any fur. Okay. Thank you. Y'all hit the like button. Thank you for reminding me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, God is well read. Thanks for being a member, and thanks for telling people to hit the like button. I do appreciate it very much so. Um, so another thing that I do like to do for magic is I kind of create my own perfume sometimes with certain oils, like magical oils or essential oils, to give off the frequency and the vibration that I want for that day. And so it's kind of like potion making, and you get your oils, your essential oils. I mean, I have a store where you can buy all that, unless you have a store that you already buy stuff like that from. And I'll just link mine too. But I buy a lot of stuff from my own store. Let's see. I'm gonna find it again. Okay, so okay. It's in the description bar. I know a lot of y'all too lazy to go click on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you here, just so y'all can click on it from here. But it is a spiritual supply store, and they sell all types of oils. Um, and sell crafting items, candles, powders, incense, and all that. So y'all get that. That's my business. And I have all sorts of like oils, tinctures, herbs, crystals, and everything on there. You can get everything in one place. Books, cards, tarot cards. So if you like need some crystals, cards, tarot cards, books, herbs, oils, check out that link. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I like to mix up the oils and like put it on my pulse points so that I'm vibrating exactly what those oils are for. And then whenever I smell it, I'm reminded, and it kind of subliminally, subconsciously pushes me in the direction to achieve what those oils are for. So I like that. Okay, Rocky, no ASAP. How to reconnect with mom while still keeping distance. Cut her off recently due to toxicity, but need to use her car again for a bit, or don't bother. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I feel like, thank you for the donation, by the way. I feel like at this point, if you're cutting people off because of toxicity, I feel like if you cut people off for toxicity, it's for a reason, but your mom is probably always going to love you. So she's most likely going to like let you do or use the car if that's what you want. But it doesn't have to go any further than that. And if you're not comfortable, you know what I'm saying? So, um, I would definitely try to save up and get your own car so you don't have to do that. But I would definitely realize that in some form or fashion, you still need her. Okay. Um, you like my shop? Thank you, girl. Yes. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I got a lot of stuff on that shop. Statues. You can get Egyptian statues. All types of pantheon statues, spell kits, and all that. Girl. Yes. Even posters that you can hang on your wall, tapestries, book of shadow pages. Very nice. Um, thank you. So that was literally my business that I started years ago to sell, spiritual items and spell kits and things like that to people. So it's still available if you guys want to shop there. Posted it again. Oh, Coco Marie, thanks for being a member. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You like both of my shops. Thank you. You also cut your mom off for toxicity. Y'all have to realize that a lot of times mothers grew up in a different generation and era than us, and maybe they were taught a different way, or maybe they suffered a lot and don't know how to express themselves due to suffering. Or sometimes parents can be jealous of their children because a lot of times their children make the decisions that maybe they couldn't make or they wanted to make and didn't get to make. But I always tell people that deal with toxic parents, to remind them that your kids are supposed to be better than you because that means they did a good job. Their kids are supposed to be more confident than you because that means they did a good job in raising them. Their kids are supposed to outdo you as a parent because that means you raised them correct and gave them more than what you had so that they could do more. Your kids are supposed to make different decisions than you because they're not you. They don't, they come through you, but they're not you. And a lot of parents have issues with control and um, instead of parenting with care, love, and freedom to allow the children to express themselves but still keep a structured lifestyle to where they're disciplined so that they don't run into trouble, but never try to overly control or overly influence a child. And I believe that a lot of parents don't believe that, and that's why we have a lot of issues with toxic parents. Okay. And yeah, just because they're toxic doesn't mean you don't love them. It just means that you recognize their toxicity in something that they haven't worked on or conquered yet, I'll say. Because people still have to conquer themselves at the end of the day. And a lot of people have trouble doing that because they weren't taught how to. They weren't taught how to balance themselves or become their better version. So until they figure it out, there's not much you can really do. I mean, you can tell them or buy them a book that might push them along the way, but that's probably much easier than arguing. Okay, you said love from a distance. How do you accept the fact that your mother and father will never care for, even as an adult, is still holding me back? I feel like I can't be my best self without their love. Well, just think of cats and dogs. They don't ever feel the love of both of their parents. They're probably given away 2 weeks after birth. Okay. I feel like as humans, we see something on TV and we say, okay, well, that's how our family is supposed to be. But literally, your mother and father's job legally is to provide shelter, food, water, make sure you get an education, and until you're 18. That's pretty much legally what a parent's responsibility is. Anything extra is what they want to give you. But I feel like a lot of people that don't get that type of love will probably start seeking it elsewhere. And I think the best place to seek it is within. Because if you, I was talking about this on my other channel, if you love yourself, it will show other people how special and important you are to you. And so they have no choice but to treat you the same exact way. Like if you only do the best things for yourself, treat yourself as a priority, take care of yourself, give yourself the best, then anyone that comes along is going to have to do the same in order to impress you or keep your attention. So I would say focus more on loving yourself. And if your parents never did that for you, maybe they never wanted kids, or maybe, they don't know how to love because they weren't taught how to love themselves. Oh, Coco Marie Sprinkle Sprinkle. Oh, thank you for the donation. A lot of parents can't even love themselves. So it's hard to love other people if you don't love yourself. A lot of people practice a self-hate, and so they can't love. It's kind of hard. So make sure, maybe get them some books on how to love themselves, because they can't love you. They don't love them. Or find them a video and send them a link. How to love self. If you plan on putting period blood in someone's food or drink without their knowledge, I do believe it's gross to be. However, I retract because it's my thought and everyone see this different. Okay. A lot of people ask me this question, believe it or not, like in the past videos. I feel like if this person is already intimate with you and they've already ingested some of your bodily fluids, it's not so bad, right? But I feel like if they haven't taken it to that aspect, like that, if y'all haven't taken it to that level yet, I don't feel like it should be done. You know what I'm saying? Like with a person, don't do that. Don't do it. Because that's literally like not allowing them to choose. But if they already chose you and they already got all your, DNA on them, in them already, then it's not such a big deal. But if it was not already there, if you haven't kissed them, if y'all haven't exchanged a bunch of bodily fluids already, then I don't recommend. Unless they ask you to do it, because some crazy people will ask you. Like literally, there's some men out there that will ask you to do that. They're probably into magic and spells too. Some men actually perform. You know while a woman is on her cycle. Yeah. I think a lot of men are into that like blood magic. And so they would probably ask you. Some men are, they don't know anything about magic. And so, I wouldn't do that. There you go. How do you use your anger energy? Ooh, that's a good question, Miriam. Okay, anger energy is best used to fuel you into greatness. So perhaps physical activity, running, punching a bag, um, making the energy go towards your fitness. And if you're not a person of fitness, maybe writing, or maybe whatever it is that someone was against, maybe you pour yourself into more, like reading, or um, creating, or doing something like that, but make sure it's beneficial to you. Oh, Goddess Wild Sprinkle Sprinkle. You gave to Goddess Sasha for her first book writing achievement. This is a small gratuity for Goddess Layla. Oh, thank you, girl. Sprinkle Sprinkle for her first book. Their books are perfect gifts for your future pilot, doctor, millionaire daughter. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Goddess Wild. I will let her know and give it to her. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And Sasha used your money to pay for her thespian um, induction because she's Sasha, my youngest daughter. She was invited to join the Junior Thespian Society because she's a great actress already. And it's only a few people get inducted every year. They've been doing this since 1929, and she was asked to be a member by her theater teacher. So, and she won a trophy for acting already, and acting competitions. So she's really, going places. And so she used the money to pay for her induction into the thespians. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yay. Sasha, in your opinion, what's the biggest world energy shift needed at this time? Oh, y'all talking to other people? Somebody else named Sasha in here? Secretly, I love, love, love when she comes on in the camera. Oh, yeah. She's kind of camera shy now for being on my channel, but, she advertises her little book on TikTok and stuff. Um, yes. How do you prevent your man from cheating? Give him permission to? That's my other channel, baby. It's all mental over there. Mental games, baby. Suggest an open relationship. Because if he thinks that he has permission, he knows that you gave yourself permission. And therefore, he is less likely to cheat if he has permission and he's too busy worrying about what you're going to do. So it's like reverse psychology over there. Uh-oh, Vicky, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. You said Ghostbusters is playing on your radio now? Girl. That's a sign that you're in the right place at the right time. Yes. Do y'all have experienced a lot of synchronicities? I feel that means? I feel like it means you're in tuned with the frequency of reality, and that means you're able to create or manifest with it. So if you're experiencing a lot of synchronicities, that is a sign to hurry up and start manifesting or doing your spell work, because you are affecting reality. Okay. So you're in the best time to manifest. So manifest exactly what you want. And if you're not sure what you want, wait until you are. Wait until you are, because when you do it, it's going to come. You said manifesting is fun. Yes. It's like when you say something, you say the same thing. I have literally been reading a word as the word was mentioned on the radio or on the TV. Like um, just very random stuff, like very random. But it's just showing you that you're in tune and in sync with reality. That means you create it, or you're a part of the creation. So get to creating. You said it's like the universe knows our algorithm, or it's like we know the algorithm of the universe. That's how I like to look at it. um, it's like we know the algorithm of the universe because we have to tune in. We have to consciously tune into that. We have to make that decision to consciously tune into that and take steps towards that. So we're in tune with the algorithm of the universe. There are people cluelessly walking around, not in tune with anything because they haven't decided to. So we are in tune purposely. You said some manifestations take longer than others. Why? Because the avenues in which the manifestations come may not be the way you want them to come, or the most beneficial way for them to come, or there may not be enough avenues for them to come as quickly as you want them to. So I would say if you're having a problem with manifesting and if it's not happening fast enough, open up more ways for it to come through. So, for example, if you're manifesting money, create more ways for money to come to you. If you're manifesting, meeting someone, go out more so that you're around more people. That way, you have a higher chance of meeting more people and meeting someone. So you have to open up the paths for those things to come to you faster. Can you speak on patience? I think having patience is more of allowing, yourself to not try to rush things and to try to understand why you must have patience, and understand that sometimes situations occur so that you can work on your patience if you don't have a lot of patience. But if you have a lot of patience, then, you'll see how everything really falls in place because of it. Can you manifest for weight loss? Yeah. It's literally um, programming your subconscious mind into choosing better options. And I believe if you're going to do like manifest weight loss, if you're literally wanting a constant reminder, I definitely say you need to pair it with a candle, or maybe a stone or a crystal, like a physical reminder of your journey of weight loss, and keep it on you, or keep the candle lit, or light candles. And so every time you pass by, you'll say, okay, that's for my weight loss. It's working. And so you'll be reminded. And when you go to the kitchen, you're not going to pick up the bad food because you're going to see that candle burning. You're like, give me some carrots. So use it as a reminder as well. And eventually, if you're going to start to really vibrate that frequency. Best tips on becoming unbothered and carefree. Focus on you and those who are important in your life, and that's it. Oh, Wajette Sprinkle Sprinkle, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, I say the more you focus on self and what's very important to you, the less energy you have to focus on what other people think. The less you care about what other people think. The less other things bother you, because all your energy is now focused on becoming a better version of you, or accomplishing the things that you need to accomplish. So you won't even really care because you're not paying attention. Tips on keeping family out of your business. Don't tell them. Be quiet. Silent. Don't share any knowledge. Everything's Good, everything's fine, nothing new here. There you go. Can you speak on the feeling shame when feeling aroused? Why would you feel shame? Mhm. Girl, if you're not aroused, something's wrong. Well, if you feel shamed by if you're by yourself and you're ashamed of a natural feeling, then you shouldn't feel shame. If you're around someone who doesn't want to reciprocate your arousal or don't want to do nothing about your arousal, you around, they don't want to do nothing about your arousal. You shouldn't feel guilty about that. That person just not attracted to you. But at the same time, somebody else could be. So there you go. How to sever spiritual ties from childhood that seem to be strong. Um, well, just like you imagine them there, imagine them not there. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how you sever them. The same way that you created them. You, you know, the same way that you see that you're tied, see that you're not tied. Like there are people there are people that still keep in touch with their high school friends and people from like 20 years ago. I don't really keep in touch with a lot of people from my past except for one person. And because, they were my best friend since third grade. But other than that, I don't keep in contact with people that are no longer a part of my life. So, um, if you have um, bonds from childhood, just decide not to have bonds from childhood and move on. It's all mental. If you want to do some type of candle work to do breaking of the bonds, then do so. But I believe that if you're able to do it mentally, it's much faster. But there's definitely candles that you can burn. Sometimes there's like these candles that I do have on my website, and they're like little pillar candles with one string, and you light it in the middle and they burn and separate. So maybe something like that you can get on my store. Um, so let me link it again. Look for that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There's several different types of spells you can use for that. How can we teach our daughters about arousal? It's scary. Girl, my mom never taught me about it. I just figured it out, baby. I think it's best to naturally figure it out because they have to work through those feelings eventually. Mhm. Um, it's a very personal thing, and I think if a mother was to tell a daughter about it, it may even be worse. You might even say, "Oh my gosh, um, ill." They're going to associate that with your speech or your talk. So I feel like it's okay to let them explore and figure it out on their own. They have to work through those feelings. Hmm. Unless they ask, exactly. Or their internet's out there these days if they want to figure it out. I don't feel like people. Um, I think if they feel guilty about something, it's probably because they're trying to hold on to their childhood longer, and I think they'll figure it out. Honestly. You said, trust me, they know. They'll figure it out. All kids did, okay? All kids that are now adults and teenagers have figured it out. Okay. Let them figure it out on their own. Can you talk about sex and spiritual exchange? Um, well, if you believe that there is energy inside of DNA, and things like that, then yes, you can exchange energies through sex. So that's why I always recommend that you sleep with people that you want their energy exchanged with. Like, don't sleep with nobody broke, baby. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Try to sleep with the richest people that you can, the smartest people that you can. Okay. There you go. Don't, yes. And that's not being a gold digger. That's being a energy digger. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Men out there, y'all need to hear this. She might be ugly, but she got some money. Go ahead and hit it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You just increase your money too. All right. Um, don't laugh. It's true. It's just true. If they're smart, accomplished, they got some money. They might not look like Instagram baddie, but you know what? Their bank account looks good. That now you don't have to. Don't ask them to pay for nothing, of course, because that's how they stay paid. They not paying. Not for no man anyway. So the best thing you could get from them is just their energies. Okay. A lot of men can't vibe well with very successful women though. So you say I'd rather keep my energy to myself, and a lot of ladies do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Are spells more effective when they're self-focused? Yes. How do you get rid of people spreading rumors and revenge porn about your consent without your consent? Gerg, try to get paid from it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Remember alchemy? Remember transmutation? And also, if they're spreading it, it is a federal offense. So if you have proof of it, you know, that's a federal offense these days. So if you have proof of it, then you know what to do. If you don't have proof and you can't prove anything, then who cares? It's not being spread around enough for you to get the proof. Honestly, people don't realize that, everything you do is already on camera. If you got a phone, a computer, and a TV, they already see what you're doing, period, anyway. So I'm not just make sure you look good and you performing well. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Like, I really wouldn't worry about it. If you looking good on the video, who cares? Shoot. Advertise. Like, make a business and get paid off of it. Sell some lingerie, sell some, hair products or some makeup or something, unless you was looking bad. Oh, Coco Marie, sprinkle, sprinkle. I mean, a lot of that happened to a lot of women, and they had to flip the script and get paid off of it. I mean, that's the only thing you can do. I mean, get your money. You said if you look good, I ain't even mad. Exactly. Shoot. Like, I look too good to be mad. Okay. How I'm doing. Why does it seem like you can't be feminine enough to move feminine man into his masculine energy? Um, because he doesn't want to. It has to be a choice for him to. He doesn't want to. Remind yourself that it isn't you until you believe it and then move on. Exactly. Girl, that's a look-alike. That ain't me. So, they look like they try, but I do it better than that. Just lie. Just lie. uh No, not even a doppelganger, just a bad choice of look-alike. The, or change your look so it don't look like you no more, girl. What? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh shoot, I forgot to mail out. Okay, so I do have some letters that I need to mail out for the Patreon. Thank you, people, for being on my Patreon. Those who have signed up for the tier to get personalized letters from me, I'm going to mail them out today for the month of January. Each month, if you're on the tier to receive personal mail from me, I will be mailing you out um, your letters. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So look for them in the mail. If you haven't signed up for the Patreon, there are different levels of the Patreon where you get different things. And if you include your address, I'm going to try to send you guys a card every holiday season if you're still signed up to the Patreon. So I know a lot of y'all got cards this year. If you want to sign up for the Patreon, there are PDF books on there, decoding videos, how to decode, paranormal journaling, prompts to write in a journal about, what I mentioned and talk about. So there's lots of stuff on there. And you can also directly message me on the Patreon, and I do answer you back within that week. So if you have a question and you don't want people to see it, or just want to type out something long and it's not going to fit, definitely join the Patreon and make sure to write me. Okay. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Any books for learning magic? There are so many spell books. I don't even know where to begin, but I would definitely start with learning universal law before you start practicing magic. Um, and if you learn universal law, it's going to help your spell work and understand how it works as well. So I definitely believe learning alchemy. Um, Complete Idiot's Guide to Alchemy is a really good book to start with. It doesn't have spells in it, but it does teach you about universal law and transmutation and all that kind of stuff. And that's the 7 Hermetic Principles. You can start with the Kabbalion as well. But a spell book, any witch beginner spell book, is going to be good. I don't have any recommendations because when I first started doing spell work, it was in the early 90s. And so, like, my first spell book, I don't even know if they sell it anymore. So I just feel like anyone that calls out to you, anyone that makes you want to do spell work. And like I said, I have like all these books. There are spell books on the Patreon in the PDF section. So if you're already on the Patreon, definitely look or search books or PDFs, and you might find a lot of alchemy books. And the books that I just mentioned, a lot of them are already on there free for you. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, yes, I think the Kabbalion's on there. Idiot's Guide to Alchemy is on the Patreon, and a few other books, spell books and whatnot. So if y'all are on the Patreon, just go to the search on my Patreon and type in books or PDFs. Does magic really work, or if it's just manifestation? Magic is the physical, um, the physical way to bring your manifestations into reality. So I definitely feel it's it's one part of it. So like, let's say you're manifesting something, right? And like a car, and you see that car everywhere now because you're focused on it. And a commercial comes on about the car, and before you manifested the car, it really wasn't this much coming at you about this car. So the magic is also the synchronicities, the signs, the feelings that you get when you see the car. This is the magic happening. And then when you get the keys, it's magic. It's like magic. It's like magic, you know. So magic is basically science of you manifesting something and your frequency changing and getting on that same frequency in order for it to come to you. And once you get on a certain frequency, when, like I said earlier, you're going to start experiencing the synchronicities, which means now you're able to control the reality that you're in, which makes your reality seem magical and makes your thinking, thoughts, actions, spell work seem magical because you're getting instant, signs and results when you manifest or do spell work. So you got to get on that level, that frequency level. You liked my book on manifesting? Thank you, Isaac. I just advertised it a little bit earlier. This book, did you leave a good review? Make sure you go back to Amazon and leave a good review on my book. I really appreciate it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. um, yes, you'll need to get that book. Ikram, you want the link? Let me give you the link. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm constantly linking this book for new um people to the video, so I don't mind. Sorry about the clicks, but I am on my laptop. So thank you, girl, sir. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm so confused, like with these names. Are you a male or a female? I don't want to call you. Thank you, sprinkle sprinkle. Thank you, person named Ikram. Sprinkle sprinkle. I don't want to label you. I need to write a series. Yes, my next book is definitely going to be worth it. I need to feel it and it needs to be at the right time. And then I'm just going to be like typing it out. It's all going to come out like real quick because that's how I do stuff. Like I wait until it's all in there and then I execute. So, am I familiar with Kinesic magic? I've heard of the term, but I don't know exactly what it is. Is it where you move stuff magically, or does it have to do with being? If maybe you can explain it, and I can tell you if I am or not. Because a lot of the times the labels, I don't know, but I might be familiar with the technique. Hmm. How do you stop hesitating to invest in yourself? Get somebody else's money to invest so you don't hesitate. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh-oh, Johnny, sprinkle, sprinkle. Magical tip for blessing a new home. I would say maybe like play some nice positive music, energetic music, light some incense that, give off positive frequencies, like whatever incense that you're feeling that day. Love, peace incense, blessing incense, and maybe manifest your peace. Okay, and light a white or a blue candle. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, Isaac Worthy says channeling occult energies with postures and gestures. Um, I don't really, I don't really get into that sort of magic. I just, I feel like it's simpler than that. And occult energies, literally to me, would just mean hidden energies. And I feel like what energies are hidden from me? Why would I want to channel them? And if I do channel them, are they energies that I want to channel? So I would have to really think about that. Um, I'm more into manifesting and creating my reality to create a space for me and my family to thrive. I don't seek power. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like a lot of people do magic to seek power and things like that. But I feel like knowledge is very much the power that I seek because I can use it or I cannot use it. And it's a choice. And I always have that knowledge if I choose to use it or not. But I also feel like doing certain magics to gain power, knowledge, and things like that. If it's not something that you really need or that's going to benefit yourself and those around you, I feel that that's when you start getting into, the issues with wanting too much power. So I don't believe in doing magic for power. I believe in doing magic for the to make your life better and the people around you. Who is that? Which one are you? Oh, that's Velvet. She says she wants to make her debut. um, with money spells, is it true you will get what you manifest, but will lose something in return? No, because money is a currency, so it's always a cycle. It's like breathing. You take a breath, you exhale a breath. You earn money, you spend money. Okay? You earn money, you pump gas. You earn money, you go shop. Okay? But if you inhale longer than you exhale, you keep money. Let it go in little spurts. If you're into the breathing meditations. you know, hold your breath. That means you're saving. If you want to think about it like a currency, you don't lose something because money is to spend and to save to spend later or to give away so someone can spend it. Okay. So the negative thinking, like you're going to lose something. Yeah, you're going to spend your money sometime, some way, or it's going to be spent eventually by someone. Like you might die with a bunch of money, but someone might spend it, or you might get a bunch of money and you might spend it, or you might save a bunch of money and, maybe leave it to your grandkids or great grandkids or kids and they might spend it, but it's going to get spent. Okay. Shira, do you know your own mani? Do I do my own mani pedis or do you go to salon? I used to do my own nails and then I decided to treat myself and go get my nails done because kitty. But for a long time, maybe like a year and a half, I did my own nails. Yes. What are some books that I've read that I like? A lot of books. Let me link you to my Amazon spiritual suggestion link. And I have a bunch of books, cards, uh, tools, and all that kind of stuff on this Amazon link. Let me see where I can find it. Okay. Oh my goodness. I have so many. Okay, here's the spiritual Amazon link. Okay. So all the books that I've recommended on this channel, or most of the books that I have recommended on this channel, will definitely be on this link right here. I'm about to link to you, as well as candles and some other stuff. And that's on Amazon. So if you visit that link, you'll see a bunch of stuff that I recommend because I don't have them all with me to show you and I don't have the author's name. So I really don't have any like next to me, but I have a lot of them in the back. And a lot of books. I have a whole nother bookshelf downstairs in my bedroom. So I have that. And I have one right here. So I have a lot, and most of those are linked on that Amazon link. Okay. You see, yeah, I got a lot of links, baby, because y'all asked me questions and I'm prepared. I linked my daughter's books earlier, and I definitely will link them. And yeah, they're all up and through this chat. Okay. How do you get out of the lack of scarcity mindset for money? It's hard when you hang around people that have the same mindset. And it's hard when you don't have an idea or a way to earn more. So I would work on those two things first. Generate another stream of income, even if it's not a lot. Even if it's not a lot, like a small way to generate more income. And that will open up the possibilities to manifest more and, give you more hope. So, for example, a lot of us have old stuff around the house that we don't want, right? So you could literally start like a Poshmark store or sell your stuff on eBay or whatever and just list a bunch of stuff you don't want. That's an avenue for money to come in, right? Maybe by doing that and scrolling through what other people are selling, you get more ideas and things just start to unfold from there. So create a small stream of income no matter how you do it, and you'll start getting out of poverty mindset one step at a time. Somebody said even do a garage sale. Yes. I remember a long, long time ago, like this was probably over 10 years ago, I had a garage sale because we were moving, and I made enough money in that garage sale to pay for the movers, So that was like we got moved basically for free to get rid of our old junk. And I feel like a lot of people need to see money where most people don't see money. And that will get rid of that poverty mindset. And also, if you have a skill, if you don't have nothing to sell, what do you have a skill that people would actually pay for? There are people on these websites like Fiverr who will edit something or do your resume or, read your tarot cards. What do you have a skill to do that people will pay for? They may not give you a lot of money, but you can make $5 here, $10 there, $20 here. And if they like your services, they will be back and there's your stream of income. So, opening up the possibilities and the pathways for money to come in helps get rid of poverty mindset. Um, you're starting a journaling group this year, Ikram. Oh, we meet every week and set new moon and full moon intentions together. I am a great writer. Okay, that sounds like a great business. You know, um, if I were like someone that really liked to join groups and things like that, and I didn't have my own groups to run, that's a really good idea to start, a place for people to, gather and, you know, do those type of things together. And that's exactly what people should be doing if that's what they want to do. And that's how they get, their little stream of income and build, because it can become large. Okay. Lots of freelance sites where you can offer your skill sets. Exactly. Um, what is the best thing to focus on during full moon and new moons? Meet me on the moon. Meet me on the moon. You all about the moon, ain't you, girl? Um, um, it's been a while since I've really worked with the moon because I'm like I do what I need to do when I need to do it. But if you are working with the moon, I would definitely focus with full moon what you want to become full or whole, or and with new moon what you want to new moons are good for new starts, so something that you want to start. Full moons is something that you want to be completed. So I would definitely work with stuff like those type of intentions. Like for example, new moon, work for, maybe starting a new business. Full moon, maybe do abundance spell so that you can see your money bloom into fullness. Um, doesn't it also depend on whether the moon is waning or waxing what you work in? Yeah, but if it's full, period. If it's new is not there, period. So those are the good times if you don't know if it's waxing or waiting, because it's full, it's gone, it's gone. Now, when you start working with the phases after the fullness or after the new, then that's when you need to think about that. At least that's how I do it. Other people may do it different. Hmm. What, Shira, what do you think about manifesting with water? I think it's a good idea. Any tool that you can use to manifest is a good idea. You can manifest with water, crystals, oils. That's what like a lot of spiritual oils do. They put their oil, they make a little potion or a tincture or an oil, put it on their altar, put their intentions into it because oil holds it too. Like oil holds it because it's thick and it's, highly vibrational. So I would use oil, or you can use water if you're going to drink it. You can use oil if you're going to wear it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And that's how a lot of people, charge their oils and waters. And when I first opened my spiritual store, was it online, physical location, or what was your biggest challenge? When I was first starting my business, I started off making pendulums and like jewelry, and I sold on Etsy. I also offered tarot readings and oracle readings. Then I saved up enough money and actually opened up an online spiritual shop that does drop shipping. And I don't have to really, do a lot of work with that because all I have to do is fill the orders online. And then it just grew from there. I also did a few like fairs where you like rent a table and set your stuff out, and like spiritual fairs and things like that. I think I did a couple of those for, my pendulums and the jewelry, but that was basically it. I was more online. You're an excellent tarot reader, so you've been doing that. It pays well and you feel so nice to help other people. That's good. Doisa. Doisa? Is that how I'm saying? Diosa? Diosa. Okay. I'm trying to pronounce it in Spanish. I mean in English and in Spanish. Okay. Yes, that is a skill set that a lot of people pay for. So that's another stream of income. I mean, I did it, made a lot of money. If you are looking for a skill, learn tarot. Hmm. You leveled up and your friend started distancing herself. Should I let her go? You don't have to. She already letting you go, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hmm. Let her level out. Hmm. Okay. Girl, I have been ingrown. What? You got an ingrown toenail for 10 years that won't go away. Oh, I don't know how to. I don't know. You might have to go see a podiatrist. I don't know. That's the wrong question. I have no idea. Okay, you just started a crochet business making Mardi Gras outfits as we speak. Oh my gosh, Lauren, that sounds nice. When my kids get grown, we going to Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Couple more years. Couple more years. Um, you said no. Don't read that out loud. Don't type it then, girl. I'm gonna read it. Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. She was just kidding, y'all. She was just kidding. But like literally, some people have their toenail removed, so that doesn't happen. I saw this one show where this girl, she's like roller skates everywhere, and she doesn't want to wear socks with her roller skates for some reason, and she kept getting like foot fungus. So she had the doctor remove her toenails so she could wear skates with no socks. Weird, right? Okay. Anyway, okay. Is it okay? It's okay. I don't care. Okay. Okay, Natalie. I'm sorry. Sprinkle. You saw my New Orleans vlog and can't wait to go there for your 25th birthday. Okay, Ikram, sprinkle, sprinkle. I went there on my 24th birthday too when I was younger, and it was very fun. That's one of my cities now. Like I got to go back at least every couple of years. I'm driving distance from it anyway. So like, when my kids get a little older, we gonna be out there. We gonna be out there. It's like yes, yeah. But my family's from Louisiana anyway. Like my mom's side of the family. So and Sasha loved the food down there. We had to find vegan options, and they actually had a vegan like New Orleans restaurant, and we were so happy when we found it. But we ordered a lot of sides, which was still good, and plant based mostly, and we enjoyed, and we weren't really trying to be too extra, strict, but we had a good time. Okay, I think like when I was in New Orleans, I woke up early every day. It's such a magical city, and so I feel like even if you go to a magical city, you can feel the magic in certain places. Like certain places have high energy. Like I guess they're on a vortex or something. I don't know. But I know New Orleans is one of them because plus all the people and energies and all the the history and stuff. That city, you can feel the energy. Like if you ever go somewhere and you want to feel energy, New Orleans is one of those places. um Ghosts, very haunted, very high energy, just very interesting place. You live in NOLA and you think it's because I'm so spiritual, I'm conducting hella energy. Okay, Lauren. Yes. So we were on a ghost tour. I don't know if y'all have heard this story, but I'm gonna tell it. We were on a ghost tour in New Orleans, and um, we were right at the beginning, right? And Sasha's very sensitive to energies, and she said something touched her on her neck, and she was done. She wanted to go back to the hotel room. She said, "I'm done. I'm not going. I can't." So me and Layla went, and we took Sasha back to the hotel room. We continued the tour and and things like that. But see, I would have been like, "Ooh, that's cool," but she's not having it. She's too young. Um, you said you have a friend who lives there in the same city as you, and she's plant-based caterer. She wants to move there. I was traveling spirit. You have a traveling spirit, and you want to go. Maybe some tips on traveling alone. Um, well, okay. The best thing I can tell you is try to do group activities where you're always going to be around people if you travel alone. So, like, sign up for tours, sign up for, or go to places and sit at the bar. That's around crowded people. Don't single yourself out to look like you're alone. Maybe go out more in the morning in the daytime if you want to walk. Um, and maybe try to make some friends like and while you're there, or I wouldn't go walking around at night alone. I would have a destination and maybe get one of them people that ride the bikes on with the little cart in the back to take you to and from your hotel, or like get an Uber. But I would definitely stay away from walking around alone on the like not the main street. Like if you're not on Bourbon Street, I would definitely make sure I'm not walking alone on them side streets or them back streets where it looked like a vampire or something could pop out. Definitely. No side streets. It's like, stay on the main street where it's lit. Um, you said you're moving to Lake Charles. Okay, a Johnny Sprinkle Sprinkle. Good for you. You say you're short and you got to definitely be careful. Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah. You better make a friend while you're there. Maybe someone else who's traveling on. They have these online groups that travel together, but they're alone. But they all go at the same time, so they kind of have someone to travel with or hang out with. So maybe you can sign up and find one of those travel groups. Okay. You said you need you a tall baller. You said get on Bumble, BFF, and meet local friends that are girls when traveling alone. Okay. The shops in New Orleans are mm, compared to like most other cities are a different level. Like you're gonna find some good witchy shops, some good bookstores. I found this really nice stationery shop, like old school stationery shop, old school bookstore. Just so much stuff, so much magical stuff there. Like every morning, I woke up early just to go walk around in the morning and hit all those shops. Everybody else was still sleeping their hangovers off and stuff like that since I wasn't really drinking. I got up early and walked and did all my shopping and, visiting these different shops that I had on my list that I didn't want to drag, my kids and stuff to. So I went and like all the food and stuff that I ate, I literally walked off just walking around to different shops and stuff. I was like, how I'm eating all this food and losing weight at the same time because I'm walking everywhere. um, you stopped smoking weed, but you're battling right now the urge to want to smoke. I don't know because I've never had to battle like stopping smoking weed, but I think if you replace that habit with something else, it's easier. Somebody says the elixir. Yes. The elixir definitely helps you break bad habits, especially phase one. So it is linked at the very top and it's highlighted in blue up there with in the chat. Um, phase one helps you break bad habits and it gives you that extra power to not want to, indulge. Um, Definitely. You said roll some herbal ciggies, lavender, mullein, and mugwort. Girl, you're gonna be hallucinating. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, that's probably lavender, mullein, and mugwort. You're gonna bring back, something that you left in the past and but you're gonna be at peace with it and you're gonna be like, hallucinating. Mm-mm. Cause like all those herbs got multiple meanings and functions. I would say instead of smoking it, maybe you can burn it in an incense like bowl or something and get the smoke around like a contact smoke. Because if you smoke that and it's not enough for you, you're gonna want to go to the weed. So just sit in a room and burn it and just let the smoke surround you. That way you don't get back in the habit of going, you know. How can you come down from a natural high? I've been feeling like I'm not in my body, especially in crowds. I'd be feeling good at the same time. Um, Pretty brown eyes, sprinkle, sprinkle. I feel like that my whole life, baby. If you're naturally high, it's a good thing because you know why? You see from the higher perspective. And you don't need things to make you feel a certain way. You are already that. Mhm. Okay. Do you think dreams have spiritual meanings? It depends on what symbols are in that dream and what you're going through at that time. Sometimes it's your way of talking to yourself, through symbolism. So decode the dream through symbols. What are the main symbols that you're seeing in the dream? Decode those, you know. Um, Thoughts on increasing number of UFOs being spotted lately? Man-made, sprinkle, sprinkle. Man-made. Like, um, and I'll tell you why I feel that. because I feel like if you're starting to see a bunch of them and everybody can see them and everybody and their mama and their grandma seeing them now that didn't used to see them before, they're man-made. Okay, all these drones and satellites being pushed into space and who knows what else they could create. Like I'm not trusting it, baby. And if extraterrestrials or other beings want to communicate with you, they're most likely going to do it telepathically anyway. And they don't really got to show off their cars and their ships and stuff like that. So I feel like all that stuff is literally man-made to keep you focused on the physical. And if an extraterrestrial really wanted to contact you, it would be interdimensionally and telepathically. Okay. Hmm. What about abductions? Those are fake too, government experiments. Um, Coming out of the dark night of the soul on your highest natural high ever, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, universe, sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, Ikram. I don't like a lot of people talk about the dark night of the soul. Every night is dark. And every day, not every day is bright, but it's still the sun rises. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I think we put ourselves there purposely sometimes. But if we realize there's a balance, there's day and night and twilight and dusk and dawn and all that kind of stuff, like we really don't need to put ourselves in those categories. We're just beings and we do basically whatever is necessary or beneficial to what we need to do. you know, where'd I buy my camera? Girl, this is a laptop. I just have good lighting. I have the windows and some other lights in the windows here, so it's natural daylight. How do you charge your crystals? Um, there's so many different ways to charge crystals: water, salt, sun, bury it with other crystals, incense, sage, smoke. There's so many ways. The best thing I can recommend for you is to buy a book on crystals, and it will tell you how to cleanse certain types of crystals because there are certain crystals that you shouldn't put in the sun and that you should like bury or put in salt versus putting it in the sun. So darker crystals you don't put in the sun because they can lose their color. Lighter color crystals you can put in the sun. And things like that. And also, a lot of people charge their water with crystals, and there are certain crystals that will make you sick or toxic if you do put in water. So you need to really do your research on crystals before you stick them in some water and try to drink it. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do your research always. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about the law of assumption? Um, I think a lot of times you should remember first and foremost the all is mental, and anything that you feel or think or create in your mind is a possibility. If you assume something and it's not true, if you make choices and decisions based on that assumption, then you're going to create that truth in your mind and make decisions based on that truth or based on your thoughts about that assumption. So, let's say, for example, if you thought something was good and it really wasn't. But let's say you thought something was good or a person was good and they really wasn't. You're going to walk, talk, act, and treat that person as if they're good, right? Which may change them or may not. But if someone gives you a clean slate and doesn't know that you're a bad person or assumes that you're a good person, and they start treating you that way, then you may start acting that way. But at the same time, it could also work like, okay, well, they think I'm good, but I'm not really good. I'm a bad person. That it could also work that way. But would you really want to hurt or be bad to someone that thinks the best of you? You know? So it can work in your favor, literally. I believe it can work in your favor. As long as it's what you want and what you want to see in the world, it's okay to assume something as long as it's beneficial for you. I hope that answers your question. And I feel like if you assume something is good for you, then eventually it will be because you just manifested that. How do you feel about women manifesting a specific person? Um, well, I say it's going to be hard because that's only one person when you have so many options. So I say maybe manifest that type of person or someone with the same qualities. If you want a specific person, they also have to want you as well. Like if you have a specific person in mind and you know y'all might like each other, it's more possible than if that person doesn't know you or especially if they're with another person or if they don't want you period. It's kind of like that. But if there is some interest, then it could definitely have a higher chance. But just in case, I would definitely always just do a type. Some people need coffee and I need none of that. Okay. Do you believe in manifesting? Okay, I already asked you that. Okay, I already asked that. Okay, that doesn't know you exist. I don't think so. 'Cause, I mean, I wouldn't really waste my time because if there is no avenue for me to meet that person or I'm not going to be in an environment where that person is going to run into me, then I'm going to just manifest someone like them because it's easier and it's probably faster. Okay. Some crazy people here on YouTube teach that you can make them want you with the asp. Um, I don't want to make someone want me. You know, like this is my opinion about it. I don't want to make someone want me. I want somebody to already want me so that they can be obsessed with me when we do meet. Okay, because that makes it even better. If you don't want someone and then all of a sudden you really want them, there's nothing to build on. I need you to be already liking me so that you can be already obsessed with me when we meet. Okay, I like extra. So I don't want you to want me because you know you didn't. I want you to want me because you did and you always will. You know what I'm saying? That's why. You say it's crazy to make someone want you. Exactly. Want me because you want me. And then I'll make it stronger. But if you don't want me, then I don't want you either. Bye. That's how I feel about it. Like I'm the anything else to me is like, that's too much, baby. That's too much. Is visualizing the most important in manifesting? If you can see what you want in your mind and your vision, then it very important part of it. Some people have problems with imagining and visualizing, so maybe you can draw what you want, write a story or script what you want, and then visualize it. Maybe you can put extra detail in it if you write about it, or you can create it. Maybe a lot of people use film, videos, and whatnot. However you want to do it. Do you carry cash? Should we carry cash for energetic? I always like to have a little cash, like maybe a couple dollars. I don't really do cash unless somebody give it to me because they owe me some money, or they're paying me for something that I'm paying for with my card. I don't really make a habit of getting cash because I feel like a lot of people aren't taking cash anymore. And it's really weird. We went to the store or the mall the other day, and one of the stores weren't even accepting cash, and I'm like, what? A couple of dollars here and there, some change, some coins, that's always good energy as far as money or, things are concerned. What about extract their quirks? What about it? Scripting is bending reality. Okay. Put cash on your altar. Okay. How do you align with 2023 energy? I feel so nervous and for some reason. I feel every year is the best year. It's going to be the best year. Every year is another opportunity to do whatever you need to do. So I don't give like this year. I'm not giving any energy descriptions because I feel it's what you make it. Because 2023 is going to be different for a lot of people because of what they're projecting out. Like it might be the best year for someone, might be the worst year for someone, but to me, it's always going to be the best year because that's what I put out. Each year, get better and better. Each year, get what you want. I'm focused on me and my family and what benefits us. I don't care about everything else because that's not my concern. If I were if I were to predict world events and things like that, I would literally be manifesting them. So I manifest and predict that everybody will, come into some abundance and have the best year ever. Because you should, and that's how you should think for yourself. Like if someone gave you a choice and said, do you want this? It's really good, or do you want this? It's really bad. What are you going to take? The really good, right? Why would you take the really good? Because it's beneficial to you and it brings you happiness, right? So when it comes to manifesting something or predicting something or, choosing our path, we're going to choose the one that's best, period. We're not going to choose the worst. And a lot of people don't realize they have a choice. They have a choice. And so make the correct choice. That's basically all you got to do. So I'm going to choose to have the best year ever. That means whatever is beneficial to me and creates abundance for me that continuously grows and helps me thrive and my children thrive and my family thrive. That's what's happening. Getting the things that are going to make us better and uh, more creative and happier. That's what's coming. Hmm. Advice for awakening experiencing insomnia because becoming a hermit has been 3 years. Is this permanent? You're happy but can't keep up with 3D world. So addicted to my own company. I love it. Um, a lot of people awaken so much that they can't really vibe with other people because a lot of times when you know a lot more than other people, it's very hard to speak with people because you might just say they don't know enough for me to have a meaningful conversation with. And, I don't want to have to explain myself, my beliefs, what I think, and this, and that to a person who may reject it or is not understanding it or is not going to, appreciate whatever. So it's easier sometimes to stay in your own little bubble. But then, it's also very important for you to be able to function outside of that bubble when you have to, so fake it, fake being social around people, but keep it to a level where, it's not, it doesn't go any deeper than that. Just keep it on the surface level and move around. And then, when you want to focus more on your spirituality or your knowledge or your thinking or your magic or your manifesting, then that's something best done alone or with someone that's very like-minded. Okay. You say your sister shames you for what you do. Give your sister all your bills, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's always going to be my answer when someone shames you for doing something and tells you you should do more. Give her your bills. Well, pay these bills and I think about it. Hello. Thank you, Crystal. Sprinkle, sprinkle. When in a relationship, can you do scripting in your journal to change the person you want in a relationship? Yeah. Sprinkle, sprinkle, Crystal. I do believe so. um, I feel that if you're already in the relationship with that person, they're in that relationship to relate to you. And so when you write how you want them to be, you're creating that in your reality. Hmm. When should I ask a man for money? Like after how long? When you know he gonna give it to you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, wrong channel. Wait till I get on the other channel, girl. Yeah. What's the best tip you have on astral traveling from your own experience? I feel like a lot of times it only happens when needed or when you're trying to accomplish something and see from a different perspective. But and I think a lot of people used to do it in the past. That's why they can draw from aerial views. In ancient times, you would see drawings or paintings done from an aerial perspective. And I believe it was because of astral traveling. So I feel the best way to, like, you have to really feel like you're on that level, like above. Like, I think a lot of times you have to know that you're above a lot of things. And I think not a big part of it as an adult is knowing more, wanting higher perspectives, and believing that it's possible to get a higher perspective. And, then that will literally allow you to get one. Okay. Also, your imagination has a lot to do with it as well. Like, let's say you see a bird flying through the sky. Then you imagine what the bird would be seeing. That's how it starts, the image in your mind. Then it goes from there. Okay. That's why, like, in the old ancient days, they always, looked for animals for perspective or birds for, like, that's why, like, a lot of the gods and goddesses and in certain pantheons, like in the ancient Kemet, pantheons are animals because of their perspectives and their qualities. Oh, Katrina, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. It's like, when you see the eye of Ra, the eye of Horus, or it's a bird's eye. It's a bird's eye, a higher perspective. Okay, sure. You think about your finances, ex-girlfriend so much. How do I get over it? I'm more beautiful than her, and our relationship is amazing. He never mentions her. How do I stop thinking about her? Um, I wouldn't think about another woman because I don't, unless they owe me some money or something. But uh, perhaps you're feeling a little bit of insecurity when it comes to uh, if she's going to come back into his life or not. So I would definitely say don't worry about that until you have to worry about that. Because the more you worry about it or think about it, you're bringing it to you. You're bringing her to you. And if you are with that person, you're bringing her to him. So I would think of it that way. Like, you stop bringing her around to yourself because you're gonna bring him around back to him. The more you think about it, her. You know what I'm saying? So think of it like that. You need to repel. Use repelling energy. Like, maybe associate her with something negative that you don't like, so you can stop thinking about it. Yeah. I really would be too focused on something else and to focus on her. Instead of focusing on her, focus on something that's beneficial to you, like maybe starting a new stream of income or, you know, cleaning out a space that needs to be cleaned out or something like that. Focus on something else. Whenever you start to think about her, go put yourself to work in some way. So ignore her as if she doesn't exist. Exactly. The other day, you saw this hawk looking deep into your eye on the roadside. Really? Okay. Can you manifest a specific job that isn't advertised? If you have the skill set to get that job, like just walk into a place and say, "Are you, you know, are y'all looking for someone?" Or write them, email them, do whatever you got to do. How to change a limiting belief about love and money? I feel like if it's limiting, that means you don't have enough of it. And so I would say create it yourself. Love yourself and get your own money. And if someone else comes along, you can love them and get their money too. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And that's very not and that's not limited at all. Okay. A lot of cats are attracted to your window. What do you think it means? Girl, they like your window. Cats like windows. They're curious. Okay. Oh, Esther, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for words of wisdom. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you. Thank you for donating. Like, thank you, Katrina, as well. Crystal, everyone who's donated, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Um, so a lot of people can't do magic in their environment because too many people are going to judge them, and they try to stay hidden and keep it hidden and stuff like that. And if y'all probably already know how to hide your stuff pretty good, if you are still in the witch's closet or whatnot, but little stuff like tea lights, small stones or crystals, and things like that can be used for spell work. Kitchen cabinet herbs such as like basil and um, rosemary and things like that can be used for spell work. So you really don't have to have this big elaborate setup to do magic. You can use what you already have around your house. And I feel like that's a good way to start to see if you even want to continue and invest in the tools that you perform magic with on a higher level. But like a lot of people grew up hiding, spell work and magic and things like that. And it's very easy to do. So most stores sell tea lights and things like that. So you can order a lot of stuff on Amazon too, or my store. Oh, St. Hudson Sprinkle Sprinkle, do you think it's worth opening a brick and mortar shop? Um, I don't know. Like that's really kind of something that I'm not too impressed with. Thank you for the donation, by the way, because everybody shops online these days. And in order to successfully have a brick and mortar shop, you have to compete with online prices. I'm not saying don't do it, but if you can order in bulk so that you pay less for your inventory and you can charge the same prices as what people charge online, I think it's a good idea. But I also feel like if you can't match those prices online, that more people they might come and browse and then they'll say something like, "Oh, I can get that cheaper elsewhere online." And so unless you have lots of personalized items that you can't just find everywhere, handmade things um, by artisans and different, things like that, then I don't feel like it's worth it if you're not able to match prices. Oh, crystals. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you're scripting or do spell magic, how long to wait for the results to happen? And do we get bad karma for doing it? Um, I don't believe in waiting and I don't believe in karma. So you do the spell, and all you have to do is allow it to manifest, which means you don't think negative about it, and you do the spell and just allow it to come in. You know, don't give it a time limit, allow it to come to you. The more you think about something coming to you, the more you see it, the results that you want, the faster it should come. Um, you know, if you believe in karma, you're going to get it. If you don't believe in karma, it doesn't exist to you. Okay. So just keep that in mind. And a lot of people will sit there and, you know, if you choose anything, then that's your choice. So a lot of people choose karma and a lot of people don't. You're doing a is doing a spell on someone in a bad way. Does it bring bad vibe back to you? It depends on why you're doing something to them. Like for example, if they hurt someone you love and you can't get justice because the system or whatnot. If you feel like you're going to seek justice in your own way through doing certain things, then that's literally up to you. And you've already rationalized in your mind that this person deserves this and this and that. So you have no doubt, no guilt, no anything. And would you feel karma if someone were to like get the legal ramifications of whatever they did? Would you feel bad about testifying or whatever? It's the same thing. So if just use that rationality when doing spell work. Is it, you know, is it justified? So all these judges sitting up there judging people in a courtroom, do you think they feel karma? Okay. All these police officers, all these prosecutors, all these lawyers, do you think they feel um karma? They get paid to do what they do. Okay? They get paid, literally. But they don't walk around looking for karma. They looking for their paycheck. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So karma comes when you expect it to come or when you believe in it. If your job was doing something and you did whatever you did every day, but a lot of people think it's wrong, but no one ever told you it was wrong or you didn't think it was wrong at all, do you think you're going to create karma for doing a job? So it depends on how you feel about it. Like, okay, for example, let's say you buy a piece of jewelry or a piece of clothing and you don't know who made this. If it was some kids in a sweatshop, some old blind lady that's barely holding on, um, or if you have some conflict diamonds, you don't know. All you're going to see is the nice outfit, the shirt, or the diamonds. Or do you feel guilty for walking around wearing an outfit? Now let's reverse the script. If you bought something from a company that represented something that, in the media that, they were canceled in the media, are you going to feel karma for wearing the same shirt you didn't feel karma for wearing yesterday? See, it only exists if you make it exist. How do you rid yourself of anxiety and vocal blockages? Speak your mind, baby. Speak it and don't shut up until somebody tell you to shut up or your voice get tired. You gotta say what you want. There's cause and effect and cause the effect. and they cause and the effect they cause the effect. Exactly. So, for example, let's use the law of cause and effect with the shirt. Okay. I like the shirt. Well, I like the whole outfit. I bought it and I'm going to wear it. The cause is I like the shirt. The effect is I bought it and I wore it. Cause and effect. You said you think karma is about energy, you get what you give. I don't feel that's true. And let me tell you why. And I'm not disagreeing with you, because if that's what you feel is true, that's what you get. There are so many people that give more than they receive. And there are so many people that receive more than they give. And I'm going to tell you why. It has nothing to do with karma. It has everything to do with vibration. Okay? And a frequency. This is why so many people pay money to create logos, emblems, and symbols, and people do spell work and people manifest because they want more than they're willing to give, or they want to change things in order to receive things and not have to do extra work. This is a loophole. And so the people that weren't taught magic or loopholes or universal law, um, you know, a lot of times they were just given karma. They were given that mindset so that they wouldn't question things and they would accept what they were given and knew their place. Okay. But the magician or the witch or the alchemist who could turn lead into gold, or a potion into, someone, getting a bunch of money or love or whatever. Why can they do it? And it's okay, or it's like looked bad against. But when the majority of people out there accept their position and don't want to rise above it, that's what they believe. Well, if I do this, this will be the consequence. So I'm not even going to step up and do anything about it. Just let it take care of itself. And usually that type of mentality should be like, the reason why you're not doing something is because you're afraid of karma, is exactly why karma exists and is given to certain people, because they don't want you out of your place. They want to keep you in a certain position. Because if you start thinking higher from a bird's eye perspective and, above, and have that higher perspective, you're going to realize you create the reality. And so it's up to you to feel it or not. Hmm. A lot of people who have done a lot of things that people do not agree with, they're still thriving, living their best life, and not caring and staying still unbothered. Okay. Because they don't believe in karma, or they rationalized it away, or they said, well, that was for the greater good and whatnot. And so, sometimes you can even use karma to bring yourself something even better. Like, well, if I didn't do this, this is for the greater good, and I'm going to end up, actually helping because I did this. So where's my reward? You can even transmute karma into benefits. Hmm. You always feel guilty for doing small things because of your religion. How shall I change that? End your religion. Like, don't believe in your religion. Um, if something was forced on you when your brain wasn't even fully developed, and you were forced to believe in it from a young age with no choice, you never accepted that. So maybe start over on a new spiritual journey and do whatever you want, what feels good to you. So look at it as, like starting over. You said you can't stop believing in it. It's so hard. It's kind of like switching jobs. Like if you have a job and you did something like I'm not saying you work at McDonald's, but let's say you worked at McDonald's and you had to switch jobs and you gotta have to go work at Burger King. When you get in that drive-through, you can't say welcome to Burger King. I mean, welcome to McDonald's because you're at Burger King now. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mental switch up. You have to get used to it. And, you can't feel some sort of way for working for Burger King because, you was loyal to McDonald's. You can't. Or if you opened up your own restaurant, your own fast food, McDowell's. Y'all remember Coming to America? You know, it's just a shift. It's just a different way of living. That's all. If you feel guilt, that means the religion is working on you, not for you. Let me repeat that. If you feel guilt, the religion is working on you and not for you. Okay? Religion is also a spell because if you try to deviate from it or escape it, you're going to start to feel this doom and gloom. So literally, religion is a spell over you. If it doesn't work for you and you feel scared or you said gospel. Yeah. If you feel scared or guilty for leaving it, it worked on you, not for you. Okay. That's how you know that it's working on you. And if you don't want that spell on you anymore, then you got to break it by doing other things. Okay. Because it didn't work on me. It never did. I'm like, you know what? I would be like laughing under my breath when people told me stuff religious. It's like, y'all crazy. Um, Guilt and shame are the lowest frequency. Having religion was definitely a spell. Exactly. They want you to feel low so you can do whatever they say. Um, so I don't believe in religion. I don't listen to it. I'll use religious texts in order to prove a point to religious people. But other than that, I'm not using it for anything. Used to hate yourself for doing anything when you was a Christian. It's strong mental chain. Yeah. Um, there's a balance. There's a balance. And if religion is too strict for you and you don't feel like you're living life as you should, then tweak those things. Do what you feel like you should be able to do. Like a lot of people who grew up in Christianity or whatever religion who ended up being LGBT, some of them still go to church. There are some LGBT churches out there. They tweaked it and they still do what they do and they still claim religion. So, I mean, religion can also be rescripted because there's so many different versions of each religious book, right? So it's obviously been rescripted. So rescript it again. Write your own. If you can't get out of religion, the best thing for you to do is rescript it. That's what I would do. Or decode it to where it means something positive when it was negative. But do you think God exists? Um, in the Bible, it says ye are gods. And in religion, we call God the Most High or the Father, right? So if I am able to see from a higher perspective and I am a child of quote unquote God, then I am a goddess. And I feel like ye are gods. Like I said in my last video, ye are gods. So I believe in myself because there are more than one. If you have a kid, your God, if you're God and you have a kid, that's a god or a goddess. Okay, you are what your parents are. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You become a better, or you do what you want, or follow in their footsteps. But it's all your choice. So, do I believe in God? I'm going to use the famous words of Michael Jackson. No one can hurt me now because I know the truth. I believe in me, so you believe in you. Help me sing. Mama say, Mama sa, Mama kusa. That's like one of the best lyrics because it tells you who you are and it also tells you that there's nothing to fear once you know the truth. Uh-oh, bag, sprinkle, sprinkle, thank you. So if you have issues with not believing in this God, or most religions were started by men because women weren't able to do anything back then. You know, men wanted to rule, so they wrote religion, they wrote rules in the religion, they made God a man, etc., etc. But they still put it in there that ye are gods. So, however you want to look at it, that's how you look at it. You said stop being vegetables and let them feed off of you. You're a vegetable. Exactly. Don't let them feed off your energy or your guilt and your fear because that's what they love. All right. Once you have left behind religion, watch your blissful start flowing in. Yes. Um, but y'all know, like, still in some cultures, people disown you if you stray from your religion. So they have really embedded it deep in some cultures, or they might kill you if you're in a specific part of the world. So a lot of times people just have to think and use their mental in order to make certain decisions in their life. They don't need to, like, especially if they're not in an environment or a safe place to practice whatever they want to. They just need to do it mentally. Okay. Like, for example, instead of praying to God or praying to Allah or whoever, manifest. And, if you want to break out of the religion, they don't know what you're doing, it's in your mind. um, Read other books, keep it a secret, and don't allow other people to get in your business. You said in my culture they will kill you. Have you ever heard of salmonella, Sarah? Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's usually mostly the people that are closest to you that will make you feel guilty because they can't control you with the religion themselves. You say you don't know what salmonella is? Girl, you better look it up. Honestly, I say that as a joke because, like, if I were living in a house and someone was forcing me to practice a religion that I chose not to, or threatening me to practice a religion that I chose not to, or, doing something like that, I'm lit, especially if they like chicken and food and stuff like that. I'm cook them a good meal, but I'm forget to finish cooking it. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's a joke, y'all. This is a joke. But what I'm saying is there are so many women in some cultures that have freed themselves that way. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh, or they got them that Visine, and that person was on the toilet too long and too much to be bothered worried about what you're doing religiously. I can't hear you from the toilet. I'm do what I'm gonna do. You stay in that bathroom. How you doing? You better pray you get off the toilet. So you better pray you get off that toilet one day. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go. Um, Thank y'all so much for being on the channel today or clicking. Y'all hit the like button. I see there's a lot of people in here, and the likes should be equal to the amount of people in here. If y'all like what y'all hear, you don't have to hit like, but if you like what you hear, hit the like. Um, you thought of Elvis. Oh my goodness. You said you had a religious pick me nut started speaking in tongue to you. I am Creole. That's our first language, dummy. Y'all are so silly. Speaking in tongues to you? Like y'all know I'm a silly person. If someone started speaking tongues to me, I'll just start singing Mama say, Mama sa, Mama kusa. That's my tongue. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh, say, Mama sa, Mama kusa to you too, lady. She wanted to bless you down south. That's fighting words. Yeah, she wanted to bless you. Uh, it's like, ma'am, please don't bless me because you haven't blessed yourself yet. Because I would not trade places with you. So save your energy and put it back on yourself because you need it more than me. Believe. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do you still follow human values if you're not religion? Well, if you're no longer religious, it probably means you're a god or a goddess in your mindset. And so you follow God and goddess mindset. I mean, you're still physically a human, but your mind has elevated to goddess and god status. So you're in that level in between. And so I would literally focus like that. And when people make a mistake, what do they usually say? I'm only human. When they want something to go right, who do they ask for? A god or a goddess or a spirit or an energy, right? So why not be that for yourself? Right? So go to yourself, ask yourself for things, manifest yourself for things. And when you mess up, I'm only human, forgive yourself and move forward. That's exactly what you got to do. Like, we're literally able to do that. We have the mental ability to do that. So why not use it? Why limit yourself? Why limit yourself to have to go to other people or to feel guilty or to not come into your goddess or godhood? Why limit yourself to a set of rules that was written thousands of years ago by men, who wanted to keep you, oppressed? Why would you go by that? It makes zero sense. So if you can't do it out in the open, if you can't practice what you want out in the open or believe what you want out in the open, believe it in here because that's where it all starts. And what's the most powerful? How you stay patient, waiting on the manifestation to come. You're not supposed to be thinking about it so much. You're supposed to be moving on to other manifestations and other things that are going to benefit you at the same time. Making new manifestations, and that should just be one of them. Um, you don't focus on it's not coming. You just wait and allow it to come when it comes. The more you worry about it, the worse you might as well have not even done it. Okay, and start over. If you keep worrying about something not happening, start over because you just ruined it. And do it and stop worrying about it. If it's taking too long, it's going to come in its own time. If it's taking too long, create avenues for it to take less time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do things that cause it to come quicker. You know, be a catalyst of whatever it is that you're manifesting. So if you're manifesting a certain person, cross their path, be seen, you know, make them aware of your presence. If you're manifesting some money, open up different streams of income in order for them to come to you. Put your cash app everywhere, do something, you know. What does a curse feel like? A curse feels like something that you've accepted that may not have even been real. Uh, if you feel like, I don't know, because I don't believe that I can ever be cursed. Cursing feels good when you're cursing people out and they deserve it. So, like when you using swear words, it feels good. But I don't believe that I can ever be cursed. So I don't know. What's your thoughts on the word forgiveness? I know you don't like the word healing and resonate with your definition of it. Forgiveness means you are, okay, break down the word forgiveness. Ness, when I hear ness, I think of a snake, a low down dirty. Forgive, give forness. Basically, you're going to give the benefit of the doubt and see from a higher perspective for that person's lower self. So, therefore, when you forgive someone, you are a goddess seeing from a higher perspective because you see why they did what they did because they were working from their lower self. And um, when you understand why someone did something because of their lower nature, because you're looking from a higher nature, you for, which means before, give, you give before the lower self, which means you're giving them the, what you call it, mercy for acting out through their lower self because you are a god and a goddess. It's hard for people who aren't on this higher frequency or higher level of thinking to forgive because they want revenge, because they feel like they were wronged and they feel like, I got to get you back because they're still on their lower level. And when you're on the same level as the person that you can't forgive, it's because you haven't moved on from that. And you're still on that lower level with them, which is the only reason that you can't forget. So you need to rise above, literally, and do something that makes you feel as if you're the higher person. You know, when you really forgive someone, it's because you've outgrown them. Okay, you've outgrown them. And when you forgive someone, if you can't get away from them and you have to have them in your life, the most people that forgive you outgrow you because they can't be around that type of energy anymore if it keeps repeating. So you literally outgrow the people that you forgive. And if they stay around you, you're going to start to see them as children eventually. Like, that person keeps messing up. You're going to be able to predict when they mess up, why they mess up, the triggers that cause them to mess up. And you're going to start analyzing them and seeing them as a study or a patient or a child. So when you forgive someone, you become literally their god or goddess. Literally, because you can see why they're doing what they're doing. You're not mad anymore because you see that they're still stuck in their lower self and they can't figure out how to get out of their own way. So that's the best way to forgive, is to become a god or a goddess. And like when someone doesn't seek revenge, it's because they know, like, I know why someone did something. I know why. And the reason why, like if you know why someone did something, most of the time people do things because either they don't know any better, they're desperate, or they weren't taught how to react to certain situations. So to me, they're lacking. They don't have what it takes to handle problems the correct way. And they might need to grow. And who am I to seek revenge on someone that already has it that bad? They're their own revenge because if they can't get out of that lower frequency and the lower selves, I don't need to do nothing, because if they do the same thing to someone else, they're, and someone else, they're never going to move ahead anyway. Hmm. You say you see it as adult child. Exactly. When you don't seek revenge, it shows your higher perspective. and you still wish them the best. Exactly. Wish them the best because you're too high for them. That would be like a parent seeking revenge on a child. No. I'm sorry you did what you did. I forgive you. I'm your parent. Do better next time. And I'm not going to wish harm upon my child. Because, like, and let me say some in other words. Like, um, when you refer to someone as your child and they're grown or older than you, it's because their mind is that level, or younger than yours mentally. So yeah, you become the god or goddess or the mother or the father to people that you have to forgive. You don't seek revenge on your children who are lesser than you. Mhm. Even like if you do believe in the Bible and stuff, and God flooded the earth because his kids was messing up. After he flooded and he saw what happened and all that kind of stuff, he said, I'm gonna put a rainbow in the sky as a promise to never flood the earth again, right? Okay, whatever. So basically, I don't feel like if someone does me wrong, obviously I'm on a higher level than them. If they feel like they have to seek me out. And so I'm not worried about it. I become their mother, literally. Like Nicki Minaj say, go sit on the sun cause go sit on the potty because you my son. That's how you do it, go sit on the potty because you my son. Um they call it son these dudes, son these people. Like, make them your daughter, make them your son. Because that's what they are. Once you rise above them, that's all they are to you. You said all these bitches is my sons. Exactly. See? Like you can't seek revenge on your own children. You just son them. Okay. They'll repeat it with someone else. Exactly. Because they know you already know. They can't pull the okey doke over no parent. The parent always know when the kids is doing wrong. You can't pull the okey doke over on your parents. Your parents always know they 2, 3 steps ahead. You know, they're there to teach you, not to punish you. Okay, that's it. And so when you develop your goddess status or your god status, that's what you're there to do. Teach them, remind them who is, the higher, and let them be on their way. Okay. What if your parents are manipulative and controlling? Um, if your parents are manipulative and controlling, then, if you're over the age of 18 and you don't need them anymore, then, you know, you're an adult. You said what? Yeah. So forgiveness makes some people look at themselves and finally look in that mirror and say, hey, it's me. Why am I like this? What's the root cause? Where can I change it? Exactly. Like, um, yeah, why didn't this person seek revenge against me? Why are they treating me so nice? Didn't I deserve revenge or something? And the whole part of not taking out revenge is if someone did someone really wrong, the whole point of not taking out revenge is the fear that someone is still plotting revenge. So you don't have to take it out because their guilt is going to eat them up, you know? Their worry about someone seeking revenge on them because they did them wrong is going to manifest in their lives. Like, I feel like if someone did you dirty and they feel guilt about it and they continuously think you're going to seek revenge in some sort of way and you never do, they're wasting time and energy worried about you seeking revenge and you just already moved on. So you got to think about it like that. You said forgiving is for your own or let it wash over you. Exactly. Like, I forgive because I'm too good. I forgive because I don't care. I forgive because I'm higher than them. I forgive. You can say whatever you want. I forgive because I'm their parent. I forgive because I know better and I know more. I forgive because they're stupid and I'm not. So either way you put it, you forgive. Here you go. I forgive because they just children. Their mind is not on the same level as mine, so I gotta forgive them. So that's how you have to look at it. Like they don't know any better. They don't have anything else better to do. They can't do they can't do more, so they seek out doing wrong because they can't do good. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not them. That's how you have to look at it. You said exactly. I don't care no more. Do what you do. Good luck to you. How do you deal with your shadow self that sees things from lower perspective? Make friends with it, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make friends with it and live in the present. If you can see above and below, you can see all around, then you can see it all. So don't lose touch. See all of it. You know. Okay, so for example, you know how people have friends? They got friends in high places and friends in low places. Them gangster movies. They friends with the senator, the judge, and friends in high places, right? They friends with the criminals, the mobsters. Keep in touch with all of them, babe, because you're gonna need all of them. You might not, but you got the connections, right? So, keep your best friend. You never know when you might need them. If you don't keep it, then you're gonna lose it. Stop trying to be perfect and just do what feels good to you. It's all about the feeling. Sure, you should watch the Queen's Men. Okay. Thoughts on fame and fortune spell ritual. Um, I would never do a spell to be famous because fame seems like, once you get there, it's kind of like, oh, I didn't know it was this. So I would never want to be famous. Just give me the money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Who wants fame? Just give me the money. All right. What if they did something traumatic towards you? Well, then that means someone probably did something traumatic towards them. You know, if someone did something traumatic towards you, most likely someone did it to them. So still, I feel sorry for them. Like, I would forgive them because I would feel sorry for them because they had to learn it from somewhere. Somebody did it to them. I don't care. It's like, you know what? I hope you figured it out. And that's a wonderful thing. Like, if you are able to remain unbothered about a lot of things, it's easy to forgive people because you see where they're coming from. Hmm. You said same here. You want to live a private life and still enjoy life. Exactly. You said some things are unforgivable if someone hurts your child in sexual way or something. They're gonna get this heat. Yeah, like if someone hurts someone that can't help themselves, or or an innocent victim of something, yes, that's a different story. You can do whatever you feel like you need to do, but if it was you and you're able to get through it or over it, and you see that they didn't know what they were doing, da da da, then of course you can forgive. But then if you really think about it, it's you don't even have to forgive if you don't want to. That is your choice as well. I'm not telling people to forgive. I'm saying that's your choice. How you want to live, the perspective that you want to see from is has to do with a lot of life choices as well. So if you use the law of cause and effect, okay, you You write the effect that you want first before you even create the cause. Okay, so I'll tell you how this works. The effect is I don't want my kids being um, traumatized by an abuser. So therefore, I will never put them in that situation. That's the cause. They will never be put in that situation. Not by my hands. You know what I'm saying? Not on my clock, not on my watch, not in the 18 years that they're in my presence. And if it happens, then yes, of course, I'm going to react. But I'm going to do everything I can to prevent it. Okay. That could be teaching them self defense. That could be giving them some mace. That could be telling them how to poke people's eyeballs out with their thumbs. It could be whatever. So I feel that if you give your kids the knowledge, tell them, certain things and prevent a lot of things from happening by, not putting them in those situations in the first place, you're less likely to have to deal with those things. So find the effect first, then create the cause. You say, I can't wait to teach my children. Uh-huh. You said forgiveness doesn't mean you have to like them. Exactly. Forgiveness doesn't mean you're their friend anymore. Forgiveness doesn't mean you have to sit at the same table and eat with them. Forgiveness means that they no longer have any type of power or space or rent in your mind, and that they can go. They can go their own way. Like there's no ill will. There's nothing thinking. There's no negative thoughts. You did what you did because you didn't know any better. A lot of times people that forgive others literally feel sorry for them. So, does magic affect the will or of another? Anything is a reflection of us. Um, no, because like if you have free will, that's exactly what you have, free will. That's all you got. So if like let's say someone was doing magic on me to like them and I don't like them. No matter what they got to send me a bunch of money, okay? I might like you for a little while, but if you stop sending it, I'm not gonna like you no more. So if I don't like you naturally, you could do all sorts of spells, send me, this, and that. But if I naturally do not like you, and you do not continue to send me the things to make me like you, it's not real. So if you have to, do spells on someone for them to like you because they don't like you, you're going to continuously have to do those spells and give them reasons to like you and to tolerate you, because eventually, if that's not their free will, they're not going to like you anyway. They may like you for a second and don't know why I don't like this person, I don't know, but it's going to wear off eventually, and there you're going to have to you're going to have to maintain that, and that's a lot of work and energy just for someone to like you, which is something that they should do naturally. So you're going to be giving up a lot of energy just for someone to like you. And that gets tiresome, because if you continually got to do stuff to make someone like you, they don't like you. And eventually you're going to figure it out. And don't run around saying, "Oh, I was used. I was used." No, you weren't used. You did all this stuff to make someone like you, and they never liked you in the first place. So you never were used. So do you mean a curse like someone saying you're ugly and you believe it? Yeah. Um I Yeah, you don't believe in anything if you don't want it, you know. What's up with all these little spell questions, shaking my head? Yeah, you got to really think about it. If someone doesn't like you like that, it's going to be too much work. And, you're going to spend a lot of energy trying to keep them and maintain. And it's not going to be what you thought it was, right? Now, if you can make them fall in love with you and you don't have to, continuously do spell work on them, that's a whole different story. If you just want to pique their interest temporarily, that's a whole different story. But it's still up to them. How do I feel about love? Can you be in love with two people? I feel people put love in a box like everything else. Um, okay, how many times have anyone been in love? Have you been in love multiple times in your life? Maybe not at the same time as with another person, but it is possible to be in love with more than one person. Yes. And if you were to meet those people at the same exact time, if you were to meet all your exes at the same time, who would you fall in love with? Would you fall in love with all of them or just one? Think about it. There's the answer to your question. Okay. So you mean that curse is saying, okay, honestly, I don't believe it. Whatever people say to me is their opinion. So it can't be a curse. So if someone gives you their opinion and you take it as a curse, that's your problem. That's you took it as that. Um, all I hear are opinions. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people have opinions about you. It doesn't make them true. It doesn't make them a curse. You can say bad things to people, and if they believe you, they believe you. If they don't, they don't. It's just what they believe. So honestly, a lot of people say what they don't even mean most of the time. So that's why we shouldn't take it as serious either. hmm The best love spell is loving yourself. Exactly. So, yeah, don't believe people's opinions because that's all they are opinions. How do spells work? The same way as manifesting works. Your attention goes on certain items in spell work, making it like materialize into the manifestation. So, certain objects have certain frequencies and symbolism, and it's going to help your mind and your frequency attract whatever it is you're trying to do spell work for. Uh-oh, Monique. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Glad you're alive today. Hey, Monique. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. I don't know. Is this the same Monique that's on Patreon? Because I got your stuff from my wish list, your gifts. If this is you, I got it. Thank you. And I also got the little clip. If this is you. So, yeah. Thank you so much. And I got all the other nice things that you sent throughout the holiday season. So I appreciate you. Going to put all that to good use. All right. Is it best to take the elixir on an empty stomach? It does. I don't think it really matters, but I mean, eat sometime. I don't think it really matters. I don't think you should mix it with alcohol or stuff like that. Yeah. All right, y'all. Can you tell us really strong cleansing ritual for the evil eye? Yes, you have to go out into outer space and shoot down all the satellites for Google Earth. Mentally in your mind. Get all the security cameras on the planet Earth and all of the Walmarts. You gotta go on a mission and a spree. Every time you see a camera, you know what to do. Honestly, like, there is no evil eye. There may be bad intentions towards you, but if you don't accept them, then you don't accept them. So, for example, if somebody's looking at you with the evil eye, because they're hating and they're jealous, well, that's their problem. It ain't mine. Period. Um, they're the one that has to deal with that anxiety and stress when I walk in the room. I don't have to deal with it because I just am. So when you talk about the evil eye, as far as people wishing bad upon you, that's not your problem. That's their problem, literally, that they have to sit there and think about and deal with. So they need to be worried about how to get the evil eye out of them, because you can't put it on someone who don't care. Like, okay, whatever. That's your problem, baby. Go worry about that. Sure, how to know if we are vibrating on the same frequency than we want, on how to know what vibration the thing is. When you start to see things start to happen in your favor a lot, and everything is going as you want it to, and you don't care, and you are unbothered by the stupidity and the negativity that surrounds, you know, whatever. You don't, it doesn't bother you. You're just walking like anything that comes towards you is just pushed away that's not beneficial. And whatever is beneficial, you get. It's like in a video game, and you got a force field around you, and you just walk on the coins, and your little coin status goes up, and anything that tries to come against you is just pushed aside. That's how you know you're in the right frequency. That's how your life starts to feel. Okay. Okay. That's how you know when life feels like that. And never never start to doubt yourself when you're feeling that good. You get what you want. The key is to know that you vibrate your what you want. Exactly. And a lot of people want certain things, but at the same time, a lot of people may want something at the same time. But for me, now y'all gotta listen to this. This is the key, especially if it's a person, not an object. Objects are easy. But if it's a person, they gotta want you for you to even want them. That is my best advice for anyone who's trying to get somebody. If you want someone so bad and you want to manifest it, they have to want you. Okay? Okay? Because if you get them, and when you get them, you got to be like, okay, well, you finally got what you wanted. What you going to do with it? And now it's their job to keep you, not your job to keep them. Sprinkle, sprinkle. For me, my spirits always humble me. You will always want something, and they let me know very fast it's not for you at the same time. DeAndre, sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, that's how you look at it. For me, I feel like if you want something, it's not a bad thing, and we shouldn't feel guilty for wanting things. And if your spirits or the universe do tell you that it's not for you, to me, it's more like redirecting your path. Like when you try to find an address and there's construction, or, something in the road, you know, the maps will redirect your path. I believe that a lot of times that happens when you're trying to do something or go in a different direction. Your path is literally redirected. I don't feel like you're not going to get what you want. It just may not be that specific thing. There might be something better or different that's more beneficial to you in a different direction. So, I always correlate it to like shopping. Like you have all these aisles to go down, and maybe there's a sales or clearance aisle, and you pick up an item that's not on the clearance section, and it's full price. But let's say you forgot your wallet and you have to put it back. So you go home, and then you get your wallet, and then you go to a different store in a different location, and you find the same item for way less in the sales section. Now, it doesn't mean that that item wasn't meant for you. It means that you can get it cheaper, or it's more beneficial for you to get it at a different time and location. So that's how I like to look at it. Also, when I'm thrift shopping, I go to a certain store, thrift shopping, and something that I saw online that I wanted to order that cost a lot of money, I may find it in a thrift store for $5. And something told me to wait. Don't order it yet. Maybe it's still in my cart online that I haven't paid for. And then maybe I decided to go to the thrift shop and walk around and I see it, I pick it up, and then I take the other thing out of the cart. So a lot of times what you want, you still can get. It's just may not be the right time or the right place or the right benefit. Because this is what I've done. I have done my own manifestation and spell work to where if something is not beneficial to me and those that I love, then I will allow it to manifest when it is beneficial to me and for those that I love. So, whenever something happens and I don't get exactly what I want, I know it wasn't going to be beneficial to me and those that I love. And then when it happens for me later at a different time and location, I know that was exactly when it was supposed to happen, and I reap the benefits because I set it up that way. So, you said, how do you get the scent out of thrift shop? Well, the thrift shop that I go to, they steam their stuff before they even put it on the rack. It's like high qualities. It's like, you ever heard of the Goodwill Select? They have like a steamer back there. They have like a bunch of people in the back steaming all the clothes, pressing them, and when they color coordinate them and put them out in different like sizes and stuff. It's like a real store. So it depends on what thrift shop you go to, I guess. Go to the nicer one. But I know the type of thrift stores you're talking about with stinky clothes. Take them to the cleaners or wash. I don't know. Some of them be smelling like mothballs and stuff, right? Yeah, maybe take like I'm not going to those thrift stores because they're not going to have the good stuff that I want anyway. um, do you remove bad energies from thrifted items? How do you know that there's bad energy on the item? What if there's good energy in the item? You know? So I like to think about it like that. Like let's say some rich old lady had a vase and, I get it. If I cleanse it out, I mean, I could be cleansing out my abundance. The rich old lady done had, she giving that stuff away. She don't want it no more. She got bigger and better stuff. You better get that energy. If you feel like the object or whatever you're getting has bad energy on it, if you feel that, if you think that, then cleanse it just to get your own mind cleansed. For me, the stuff that I'm picking out, it gonna have good energy on it because I have good taste and I have expensive taste. And if you can afford it, then abundance. There you go. A lot of people live life and not they just do what they're told. They just do what other people do. They don't really sit there and really just think it out. Like if you find something very valuable, chances are the person that owned it know how to get paid. So that energy is abundant energy. I'm keeping it. If I find a $500 purse in Goodwill and they priced it for $5 because they didn't know what it was, I'm not cleansing that purse. Period. That's my abundance. That's my find. If you're rich enough to give away a $500 purse, I want that energy. Okay, so think about it. Now, if you getting stuff like that look like it didn't come from somewhere too good, maybe cleanse that energy. Okay. I mean, of course, clean it off, like, get the germs and stuff off. But definitely don't over spiritualize everything. Don't overthink everything. Just do what's beneficial for you. And this could also be my own doing because I say, everything that I want and attract is always going to be beneficial for me and those that I love. And so, maybe that's why I say, okay, if I pick up a certain object and buy it, it's going to be beneficial for me. I have a bunch of spells on my spells playlist on the channel page of this YouTube channel. Just go under playlist and then find the spells playlist. And there's lots of money spells on there, or a couple, at least three. I know. All right, y'all. How did I set up my manifestation like that? I just said it. Just talk, speak, think. Script it however you want. So it's like basically having, like, let's just put it in the terms of a video game. It's basically like nothing being able to hurt you, and every time you run into something, it benefits you in some way. You know, so it's almost like something that was supposed to come against you, you still gained from. Something that was supposed to, happen for you. Maybe you went on a different path and found something better. So it's set up like that. Set your life up like that and manifest it or script it. Just maybe write one sentence. Now, every opportunity and thing that I manifest will manifest in ways to benefit me and those that I love. That's it. And it's that simple. People make everything too complicated because they're overthinking. And it's okay to overthink. It's okay to think too much, because when you realize that you've been doing that, you can say, oh my gosh, I've been putting in too much energy. I've been thinking too hard when it's this simple. So I'm going to pull all the way back and actually just think simply, because that's all it needs. It doesn't need to be overly done. It doesn't need to be overly spiritualized. It doesn't need to be, you know, the fear doesn't even need to be there anymore. Um, so I feel like if everyone did that manifestation or that spell for themselves, a lot of their fear and anxiety would just melt away. Because if you are a good manifester, a good spell caster, and you manifest and cast the spell of, anything that is coming to you is beneficial to you and those who you love, then you can stop worrying. Stop doing so much. Stop walking around in too much fear or with anxiety. If you just remember every time you start to feel that fear and anxiety, oh, you know what? I did that manifestation or that spell to where nothing was going, you know, harm me, and everything is beneficial to me and who I love. And if it doesn't work out, it's coming in a different way, even better. So that's how you have to walk around and think. It's the world is not against you unless you want it to be. Okay. You say you need a spell to clean this house that's super messy for a long time. Girl, do a spell to get some money to hire some people to come do it for you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's even better. That way you could just, like, hey, you can give orders. Put this over there, get rid of that. I don't want that. Like on, that's the only way a lot of people are going to do that job to hire somebody. And it probably won't even cost you that much. How did you set your manifestation to be only beneficial to you? I said it. And when I speak, it is. There you go. I said it and I meant it. That's how. And I believed it. I said it, I believed it, and I meant it. That's all you gotta do. Uh-oh. Rail, sprinkle, sprinkle. Real transparent, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Can a curse be someone saying you're fat and got you to believe it? How do we return that energy back to them? Honestly, you can transmute that word fat, because people are paying for fat these days. People are paying to get their butt pumped up with fat. People are paying to get fat injected into their face. People are paying for fat, and you got it for free. Okay? Fat can be transferred, lost, gained. It's a currency. You know what I'm saying? It's not permanent, baby. So it can't be a curse if it's a currency. Fat is simply energy. Let's take it to the next level. How about that? So you need to transmute the word fat into energy, because that's what fat is transformed into when your body starts feeding off of it. So learn that anything can be transmuted. All you have is extra energy. Okay. You said in ugly. Okay. Well, if you're ugly, there are ugly men walking around right now that as soon as they put their drag on, they're beautiful women. So ugly is temporary as well, or a choice as well. So get up and put on your makeup, baby. Get up and pluck them eyebrows. Get up and do that skincare. Get up and put that moisturizer on, you know. Get up and get your hair together. And you won't feel ugly after you done did all of that, okay? Counteract whatever it is that someone told you you were, because you can transmute all of that, okay? If you could do before and after and get paid by somebody who's going to sponsor some wigs or some makeup or some, whatever. Y'all ever seen those videos flirting around, floating around with before and after pictures of these women looking like who did it and why? And then, somebody sent them a wig and all of a sudden they are a beauty queen. You know, use what people give you, flip it and multiply it to your favor. Okay. Okay. That's the best thing I can tell you. Like the more knowledge you have, like since I know fat is just energy, it's not a bad word. Because literally, if you ask a scientist, excuse me, what do you think about the word fat? Oh, that's just stored energy. As above, so below, as within, so without. What is money? Energy. Okay. Say I connect my fat to my money, baby. That's why I stay paid. It's energy. And it's an exchange. How you like to say be delusional in positive way, always see the positive in everything and anyway flip anything negative by making it positive, lemons into lemonade. Exactly. Um sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all gotta learn how to flip the script. Otherwise, you'll be always under someone's. You know, you if you don't learn how to flip the script and put things in your own favor, you're always going to allow people to have power over you. So, like, people can say what they want. It doesn't make it true, and it doesn't make you believe it. It's just some words that came out their mouth and their opinion. Basically, that's all it is. If you don't care, then it doesn't manifest. Okay. Quick tip, ladies. I saw a video of water and how it reacts to our word. Yeah, I mean, they did that experiment so many years ago. And so, there's a lot of water in our bodies as well. So when you speak about yourself, make sure it's positive because you're programming yourself. Okay. So don't walk around talking negative about yourself. That's terrible. There are enough people talking trash about you for you to go and have to talk trash about yourself. There are enough people that's hating on you for you to come over here and hate on yourself. Stop doing that. Okay. Love yourself and talk good about yourself. That's all you need to do. How to fix insomnia? Go to sleep. Um, Try mugwort. Mugwort tea, baby. Get you some mugwort tea. Don't take it every night. Maybe 3 times a week or 2 times a week. It's nasty, so get you some honey or whatnot. Get you some mugwort tea. Drink that stuff and go to bed. If you don't like the tea, maybe find some capsules, mugwort capsules. Take that. Somebody said CBD. Yeah. Something, go put yourself to sleep, girl. But mugwort, sometimes you can burn it like an incense in the room, like a couple of minutes before you go to sleep, and that will also help you. Oh, Jan Lady, J Flower, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle, to you too, girl. I appreciate that. Thank you. You're so generous. You said the mugwort will have you lucid dreaming too, Johnny? Yes. Um, so yeah, we got to make sure that we're speaking positive about ourselves. Like, think about your whole life. If you speak positive about yourself, positive about the things you want, positive about the things that you know you're going to get, then you're not speaking any negative words over it. You're not speaking any negative words over yourself, and you're just allowing things to come in that you actually want to come in. Um, do I combine magic spells with alchemy, or is it something separate? I'm currently working on learning about. I feel like if you learn alchemy first, it allows you to write better spells and understand how magic really works. Because if you're learning alchemy, you're learning universal law or hermetic principles, which go into the magic. A lot of people are performing magic and don't realize that they're doing hermetic principles at the same time. And so they're unable to kind of realize what it is they're actually doing. So I think both at the same time is pretty good. I think you can write better spells if you do know alchemy, or perform better spells, or vibrate differently or on a higher frequency while you're doing the spell work if you do know alchemy. Um, it's kind of like knowing science when you go to explain something versus knowing some spiritual quotes. Not everybody is going to want a spiritual quote. Some people like the science of it because they can see how it mechanically works. Some people, the spiritual, saying is good enough because they feel it, so it's different for different people. Oh, pretty pancakes, sprinkle, sprinkle. I got to go in about 10 minutes. But let me see what you said. What do synchronicity mean in relation to spell work or manifestation? It means you're aligning to the frequency in order to bring it to you, which is good. Whenever you start seeing synchronicities, it's good because you're bringing it in to what you want. Like, you're on the frequency of getting it and creating it. So it's good. Miss Tippy Wong. Hi, how you doing? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shira, what is a good spell to think and act like a gold digger? Actually, a gold digger is basically someone who allows people to give them money. Because you can't be a gold digger unless someone is literally giving you money because they want to. So maybe an attraction spell and a money spell, and a spell to bring in people that want to give you money. So abundance spell, prosperity spell, attraction spell, things like that. Some said make some Jezebel oil. You can get Jezebel root. All that stuff's on my store. But thank you for that question. It's really good. I'm going to see y'all on the next one. And all the links are in the description bar and in the live chat. And I'll try to link them below in the permanent comments. So I got to go, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Thank y'all, everybody who donated. I really appreciate you. Thank you, everybody who had good questions. And I will definitely link all the links below, and I appreciate you guys.